Hello, everyone. Welcome to the King of Anime podcast. Literally the only podcast that has been around for, as far as I can tell, 1 billion years. Not a single one that's been around longer than us. We've been doing it for a while. We need a vacation.
We may have outlived the originators of the podcast. What were they called? Team 4 Stars.
Doug and Samson or something like that.
Yeah. How long did they do their FMK?
Less than a year. Or they did it for exactly 1 year.
Well, we've definitely eclipsed them, so we are now the longest reigning
podcast champs.
Yeah, just podcast period.
We're gonna have to take out Trash Taste next.
Oh, that's easy. Easy work.
All we gotta do, see, this is what we gotta do. I know one of them likes MILFs, so we just gotta hide all their MILF materials, and then he'll go crazy, right? And he'll start killing everyone. Because I know what it's like when you're deprived of MILFs. Bad. Get violent.
I think we should just kill him from the inside out. Do a little honey trap here and there, like you said.
Oh,
we can
EA
do a milk, like somebody can
EA
dress
does.
up.
EA does a Cloud from Final Fantasy VII, dresses up, and
Yeah, I make a very convincing MILF.
I agree. Honestly, when I first saw you, I was like, "Damn, is that a MILF or is that a man?" I can't tell.
The man, the MILF, the legend.
That's me, the EA MILF daddy.
Oh, Jesus. Well, this is the King of Anime podcast. How you doing, Sean, in the chat? How's everybody doing watching the show? This is gonna be a pretty decent in-depth episode. We got Buddy Daddies and Vinland Saga to talk about, but as well, the Winter 2023 awards. So, it's gonna be a fun show. Hope everybody enjoys it. As well, I want to remind you guys to hit that subscribe button if you're new, because at 500 subscribers, we're going to be switching over to face cams, which should be really great for us. Honestly,
I'm getting kind of nervous now.
I want to do it. You'll be able to see this MILF daddy all the time.
Yeah,
I want to do it. I want to be mysterious.
I'm gonna dress up as a minotaur.
All right, we'll take it.
Just kidding. I'll probably be like a VTuber
know
thing.
what you look like.
You don't know how I really look.
Oh, you're gonna take off the mask.
And in actuality, I just have some dude sit in my chair and do my reactions. Like, that's not actually me.
You know, oh my god.
I'm like a ventriloquist.
You're just two children standing on top of one each other's shoulders, and you're wearing a trench coat.
I cannot deny nor confirm that.
Oh my god. Well, 500 subscribers, we'll switch over to face cams, and I'm just saying, once we do that, I think KOA is going to go way further. I don't know about you guys, but I have ideas for when it happens. So you definitely
filters.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, probably
fan dubs.
You guys are actually recommending ideas that are. My idea was just, get rich.
Oh.
And then quit.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get rich and quit.
I like money.
Nathaniel Duncan says, "How you guys doing?"
I'm doing well.
I don't know,
How
man.
are you, Nathaniel?
Yeah, how are you? Stop asking us questions. How are you?
Why is it so aggressive?
I don't know. It's the only way to get some answers out of some people. Trust me.
QRW6 says, "What up, KOA? I finished watching Akiba Maid War, and I'm disappointed. This is a waste of my time. My favorite girl is dead, and the MC is a 36-year-old maid in a wheelchair."
Yeah, that's exactly what happened, and I feel your pain, QRW.
What is this show?
It's a thing.
It is. If you didn't watch episode 1, then trust me.
Oh, that's right.
It peaked at episode 1.
How is that possible?
It's possible. It peaked, and then there was like, there's panda bears, there's violence, there's maids, there's people dying, and then just like QRW6 said, at the very end, the main character's in a wheelchair.
Well, you know, I
All
guess
confirmed.
I guess that's not the worst because Berserk 2016 peaked during the opening, and that was, it was all downhill from there.
There you go.
Yeah, so yeah, I cry, much sad. Let's go ahead and get into viewer questions, shall we?
Viewer questions.
Nice soundbite.
Thank you.
The first question is, what series would you like to have the Trigon treatment? Not a remaster, more like a remake that deviates respectfully of the source material.
The trigger treatment?
Trigon.
So
Trigon.
okay, so they like explore different facets or whatever, like world. Oh, that's a really good question actually. It's different than the whole accurate adaptation question that we usually get.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's a world? Oh, Madoka Magica. I think that would be really great.
Oh,
yeah, you could do a lot of different things with
that's a good one.
Madoka.
Hey, we'll throw in another Aniplex series because fuck Aniplex. Why do they have so many good shows that they choose to ruin? Fate. Fate has become garbage because of Grand Order. It has ruined Fate. I repeat, Fate is ruined. All right, it's bad. It's Aniplex is like the Electronic Arts of anime. They're the worst. They just need to go away. Never come back. They ruined Fate. How do you ruin Fate? I don't know. They did it.
I want to name my son Aniplex now. So you just ruin other people's days.
Maybe that's what Annie Leonhardt's middle name is. Plex. Aniplex.
What?
Or if you know a woman named Annie and she works out and then she takes her muscles and flexes, she could be Annie Flex.
Ah, well that's also Annie. So that both works.
I'm still mad that Peak's last name is Finger. I need to marry her, not because I like her that much, but just because I don't like her last name.
She's gotta fix the name.
Yeah.
She's too tired all the time to get up and go do it, so she would otherwise, but her back hurts.
Back hurts.
Charlie bit my finger and it's still hurting.
QRW6 says, remember who is Aniplex? Sony. Sony is to be blamed the most. I will say the best entertainment Aniplex has had, technically, if we want to get really technically in the weeds with this, with technicalities, technically over the place, technically, Jim Ryan is Jim Ryan and the whole Xbox buying Activision thing, the best anime ever. So Sony doing some good out there with Jim Ryan. Just saying, entertainment.
We should just be like Joseph Joestar and just blame all the Japanese for everything, even if it has nothing to do with us.
I feel like we'd get canceled pretty quick.
Oh, well, okay, maybe not. It's just a suggestion.
We should get Jim
Put
Ryan
that
on
in
the
the
show.
vault.
We should ask him.
Should we?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Set
Yeah.
it up.
Have you guys seen that picture of Jim Ryan holding the PlayStation controller?
No.
Oh my, it's
What's significant about it? What's
it's
significant about it?
the fact that it's hilarious and he doesn't play games.
Oh, he's like holding it like L from Death Note would
He's-
hold like anything.
Right. He
Like,
holds the
he's-
phone and he just like with like 2 fingers.
I'm gonna find this. I typed in Jim Sterling. Wow. This is a great picture. I don't know why we're getting so off topic on. Well, but listen, this is a great picture already. Can't go wrong with Jim Ryan.
Wow.
He looks so happy.
Yeah. He totally looks like he plays games all the time.
Looks like it honestly looks like he plays basically anything from the Super Nintendo, and that's about it. If he
plays like
at
Tetris.
all. Yeah, well, Tetris is great.
And the snake game, ping pong.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, classic.
Centipede.
Nokia game.
Mm-hmm.
Did we even answer the question? Did I answer the question? Did you guys answer the question?
Yeah, I answered it. My Dokkan.
I know I didn't.
Oh yeah, we said Fate. I said Fate. Next question.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, EA. I'm in my own
Fuck European EA.
Move on. Maybe I'm the senile one.
It's funny because I was like, I didn't say it, and then C-Tag's like, next question.
I'm sorry.
Well, I guess I'm getting replaced next season. I guess if they were to do something like that, I don't know. I mean, I can't think of an anime that I like, but also think that they could have perfected. I mean,
I know. The Dead.
I mean, that's one. Just so that they could finish it would be nice, but even though I already think it's perfect, I think maybe Steins Gate, but not the OG Steins Gate, the one that they Steins Gate 0.
Wow.
They need to make that one better.
You know what? EA, have you ever seen Outlaw Star?
God, a long time ago on Toonami.
Yeah, that is one that is prime for the Trigun tree.
Yeah.
Great opening.
That one would be good. Or Big O. Big O would be cool too.
Oh my god. Basically all the 90s anime.
Everything on Toonami.
Yes, anything on Toonami. You know what? Dragon Ball Z. Why not? Get Sean in there. Get him to rewrite it. Get him to...
Did it early. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he got it out of his system right away.
Damn it. All right, well, next question. What anime manga character stereotype do you hate?
Stereotype and not trope? Stereotype?
I want to say, do they mean trope or
I guess they're specifically said stereotype, so I guess the stereotype is that I dislike the most
all
is
Americans
are
blonde and blue-eyed.
Yes. Or they're loud. They're really loud.
Loud and they kiss everybody.
Yeah, and they're really perverted.
Oh, okay. So like, a stereotype that exists in the real world that is relevant in anime and manga. Yeah, that is a thing with Americans though. They're super loud, obnoxious, blonde every time.
Yeah,
dude, I'm blonde.
And are you?
No.
Dirty American.
I'm actually about to dye my hair blue eventually. Like a metallic.
You're gonna
blue.
dye it what?
Blue.
You are.
Yeah.
Is it because you reached a new milestone?
Yeah. Hair's falling out.
He's got to become one with the sea.
He just becomes the ocean.
I didn't even realize that.
Blue hair, that's perfect.
But I am gonna do it. I want to get like a super bright neon blue, just because I think it would be funny.
You're gonna be just like the main character from Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Is his hair blue? I think it's
Was
black.
it blue? Maybe I'm mistaken another character.
VMC? No. David? No.
Was it Lucy?
Lucy has like this light bluish hair. Like,
yeah, she's just
maybe I'm thinking
RGB
her hair on his body for some reason.
Well, Lucy has like the RGB hair. She's got multiple different colors at some point. So, I guess just like a blue-haired anime character. Vivi from One Piece. There you go. Or Vivi from Vivi.
From One Piece?
Yeah, there's a Vivi in One Piece. She's great. I love her.
I thought you were talking about Vivi from Vivi.
Well, that too. They're both blue hair characters.
True.
The one show that everyone wants us to finish, but we'll never do.
Specifically,
Nobody wants
Hollow.
us to actually finish it.
Light Roller said, "Have you guys said what anime you all are covering?" Not yet. I don't. I've been so busy today. I haven't even thought about it. But look, there isn't really much next season. So I mean,
There
we're
might
gonna
be one coming back.
Well, I mean, I guess what we can tell you is that for sure Fate Zero and probably Demon Slayer. That's about it.
And then
And Vinland Saga.
also Kuma 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 Bear.
Ah, the sequel to Kuma Bear.
Yep.
Fuse.
All right. Next question. What's the most toxic anime manga fandom you've encountered? I have an answer for this. Oh boy.
I don't really come across. Maybe I just don't pay attention. Maybe I stay away from that stuff. But I feel like just from watching the anime and just being on this podcast, the ones that spoil it for you the most are Attack on Titan fans.
Yeah, I was going to say Attack on Titan for me as well.
Attack on Titan's pretty toxic. That's a good one. I'm going to say from my own personal experience, it also, I mean, I could as well from my own personal experience say AOT. I've literally been brigaded like 3 or 4 times by wannabe Nazis. So I could say that. And it's a good mention. However, I'm going to say ReZero, but not for the fans, for the content creators. So, oh boy, there are some content creators in the ReZero content creation community that are still around somehow. They haven't gotten a billion strikes. I don't know how they do it. And nobody likes them. I saw a tweet thread with this person, we'll say, and the whole thread was clowning on this dude, because this dude is literally just like clickbaiting the entire community, because nobody else is in the ReZero creator community, because you can't be a ReZero creator because Kadokawa will give you strikes if you use footage and screenshots and their property and stuff. So it's very difficult. But everybody hates them. I find it so funny, and I hate them. And I hate a lot of the ReZero creators. There's only really a handful of good ones. There's Mitch, it's Hollow, and Sean.
Please tell me. Never mind. Don't elaborate.
Yes.
Shout out to John.
Cannot go for a double if that's the case.
So, I guess the moral to the story for this is that is my most toxic experience personally. AOT is a close second. And once again, it's not that I hate the fandom or the fans, it's the fandom. I just don't like fandoms. They generally devolve into toxicity to some degree. But as for like casual viewers of these shows, I don't really care. Everyone's an individual. Everyone's pretty nice, generally speaking. So, that's what matters the most, I guess. So if you want to be a ReZero creator, do it. Everyone literally needs, like, everyone in that community is dying for a new creator in the ReZero community. It's been years.
Well, I guess it's up to me.
Sasuke the Zero.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd love you. So I love you.
I wouldn't have. Oh, wow. I wouldn't have anything to talk about. That's interesting, really.
Elsa's boobs.
You'd be like, "There's boobs.
Kind of did.
There's boobs. Some more boobs.
If you write a fanfic.
There's feet."
Oh, lots of feet.
I don't think I could hold a candle to some of the fan fictions out there.
Well,
It's like Elsa is actually alive.
next
She didn't
question.
get crushed by a hippo.
She works at the skating rink now.
All four sit in a room and talk about their revenge. Who's getting laughed at the hardest? Thorfinn, Sasuke, Yaru, or Ere?
It's just kind of easy for me. I think Thorfinn would get laughed at the hardest.
Really?
So, yeah, because the question, I guess, is just asking like who's had it the least hard as far as and they're talking about revenge specifically. So they're not talking about Thorfinn's slavery. I'm assuming they're talking about Thorfinn. Part 1, his dad gets killed. So like that would be the thing that he's talking about as far as revenge. Sasuke is going to be talking about his entire clan being murdered and his brother being the one that did it.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
The redo healer guy is going to be talking about him like going through slavery and all that sexual abuse and physical abuse and maiming that he went through. And then Aaron's going to talk about his mom being killed right in front of him and his entire like district being wiped out by Titans. So yeah, I think it was like that. He would be like, yeah, my dad died, and then the guy who did it took care of me. They're gonna be like, what little twerk? What?
I could just imagine them all just going, this guy, only his dad died. What a baby.
They'll be like, that's it? Like everybody else's father's dead too. So, well, I don't know about the redo healer guy, but
Thorfinn would just be kind of like the depressed guy who had like a traumatic event happen. And of course, what happened later on is awful. But Sasuke, he's emo and stuff. This redo healer guy, he's just banging a lot of women. Not banging. You reword that one. And Aaron is like a school shooter, so I don't know. I think I think Thorfinn's got this one. Bill in the chat says, whoa, there's feet in ReZero? Tell me more. Well, yeah. Satsuki, you're now a ReZero creator. Break it down for us. Give us the power ranking of the feat.
So if you go to episode 13 of ReZero, in which this is the time that Subaru is going through his dilemma with Emilia, he's going up to the royal candidates, trying to find somebody to help him out with the situation because there's something going down in the mansion. Actually, it's episode 15. My apologies. If you go to that episode and you go to the episode where he talks to Priscilla, she tells him to lick her feet. So right there is where you get one of the first barefoot scenes of a ReZero character. So there, Priscilla will automatically be number 1. I guess number 2 would probably be Pandora, but she's a lolly, so we don't really put her on the rank. But she's there. She's kind of barefoot. She only wears a bed sheet. And I don't know. And then there's like the other gremlins that probably don't wear shoes. Like maybe you're into the gluttony guy, whatever his name was.
What about
Lyle?
What about the shapeshifter chick?
Is it a shapeshifter chick? Oh, Minerva.
No, not Minerva.
Carmilla.
Maybe
something like that.
No. Oh wait, this is Arc 5. I'm thinking Arc 5. This is what will be covered in. You guys.
Oh yeah, you have an array of different feet to choose from, but if you're going for the best, I say go with Priscilla Bariel.
There you go. Next question. Who would you spend the day with? Miku, Kaguya, Toru, or Remu?
Yeah, I'm going home.
I think this would be pretty easy for me. Because this is almost like kind of like just a choose your type in a way. I think I'd go Miku. She's about all the history and stuff.
Yeah, she'd be talking about shit I wouldn't understand. Kaguya will be a Sundura, talking about how she doesn't like some dude. Toru will be very emotional while falling off a cliff and dying. And then Rem,
How you
who
doing,
is she?
Toru?
So I mean,
What the hell Toru's doing in general? Falling off cliffs.
she falls off. That's all she does. She just falls off cliffs and gets concussion.
like it's a reoccurring thing. Like
Yeah,
it's their thing.
She's basically like Ken. She's the Kenny of South Park, you know, just always dying and stuff. And then Rem, you know, nobody knows who that is. So, yeah,
True.
I stick with what I said. I'm going home.
I think I'll go with Miko on this one out of those choices because Kaguya is kind of manipulative. She's not the type of person you would want to hang out with. Toru would be really good, but I don't want my trauma addressed. So just leave that alone. Leave me alone, Toru.
And then she'll turn you into like a cat or something.
Yeah, and then naked. Like I don't want to be a streaker too. And then Rem is like a demon, so no. Miku would be kind of chill. Like Miku's pretty quiet, so
I feel like she'd like not listen to you the whole time because she got her headphones in.
I mean that's cool.
She'll just be chilling, and you'll just be like, "So, how you doing, Miku?" And she's just like,
The best
All
best
right.
test of how great your relationship is how well you guys do in silence. Are you able to just enjoy each other's presence?
"Yeah."
I would be able to enjoy Miku's presence. She seems like she's a quiet person. There you go.
Do you know that there's a sixth member of the sisters?
Oh, what was her name? I forget.
Of the sisters?
Yeah, there's the sixth one.
Yeah, it wasn't a quintuplet. It was a sextuple.
What, Yotsuba's doppelganger?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it was an April Fool's joke.
Tsuba Yot?
Next question. What is your favorite new Bankai in 1,000 Year Blood War? Chojiro's, Yamamoto's, or Unohana's?
I don't want to talk about it.
Yamamoto's.
Yeah, I think Yamamoto. Well, Unohana, close second, and then Chojiro.
Unohana's my baby mama. Fun fact.
All right, next question. Who is the most big brain character? Aizen, Lelouch, Shikamaru, or Light Yagami? I don't think we should. I mean, Aizen, kind of underwhelming.
Aren't they all dead?
No.
I don't think Shikamaru is.
So I mean, if they're so big brain, they wouldn't be dead.
That's a good point. Shikamaru is the smartest one then. Damn.
Win
I mean,
by
but
default.
what if they plan their death? Then what?
So Light
That's true.
is
Just like somebody we know.
I don't know. So seriously speaking, it's hard to rank intelligence really, but if you're just going to talk about who seemed to have like a plan for every single situation and plan, I actually think Light would probably be one of the smartest characters. Even
Yeah.
in his downfall, it wasn't even really his fault.
That's true. But Sasuke, remember, Aizen was following Ichigo when he was a baby.
I hate that whole Aizen thing. I think I'm not picking him out of spite for me not liking that whole thing of him saying, yeah, even your birth, planned by me. I hate him. I don't actually hate Aizen. I just hate that idea that he's behind every single thing that
Right.
happened in Bleach. It's just not believable.
Right, it's like, remember that time that you had that food that gave you a stomach ache and you had to leave early and go to the bathroom and take a shit? All me, baby. All me.
Like you can't be planning all this stuff. Like at some point you got to go to sleep. I don't know, like do some hobby. You can't plan every single thing that happened ever.
Hey Ichigo, remember that time you were playing your PlayStation 2 and you were using the Mad Catz controller and you couldn't find your official Sony controller? That was me. Hero W6 says there was a poll on this. A lot of people voted Sasuke. And Shikamaru lives even in Boruto. I didn't know that. I knew he lived. I just didn't know he's in Boruto. But it makes a lot of sense. Apparently they're bringing Naruto back because Boruto, so Boruto.
What?
Isn't it also on hiatus too?
The anime is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw on Shonen Jump there's like a brand new Naruto story that focuses on Naruto. Bill says in the chat, I planned your birth, Satsuki. You hate me too. I'm gonna take your Game Boy back.
Well, I still got my Game Boy Advance.
Well,
And my
now,
SP.
he's gonna take it. Now he
Oh,
knows.
fuck. Fuck.
Next question. For Satsuki, are you caught up with the Shadows House manga, and how consistent is the quality as it progresses?
Oh, who asked this question? Cause I love you. I like this person. Yes, I am caught up with Shadow's House. The as far as the consistency for the quality, I think it remains great. I would say from volume 3 and onwards, it hits the stride and it just never looks back really. I won't say like it gets better and better and better, but no, it goes like all the way up to this level of quality and it just stays consistent. I don't think there's been a volume I disliked, a chapter I disliked. This is great. So I would recommend that series to anybody, honestly.
Getting a season 3,
Meathead
right?
or not, I don't know, but I mean, I would say go into the manga, because if you go on a little site called it's the Dex of Manga, if you catch my drift.
Dicks. Manga dicks.
I don't know if you want to go there because you might see something. I don't know what you'll see. But if you go on
Bill
a certain
your
site,
Game Boy.
oh gosh, can't have shit in this house. But if you go on this one site, you can read it colored, so you don't have to strain your eyes with the black and white pages. No, colors like red and blue and turquoise and all the other made up colors.
Yeah, fuck 'em. Turquoise mahogany. You're not real. Shut up.
Yeah.
Bunch of bitch ass colors coming in here. Next question. What do you snack on when watching anime? What's the best snack to eat when watching anime? I snack on my pen and a piece of paper.
Delicious.
I take notes on everything I watch.
Well, I don't really like to eat when I watch anime. I usually when I eat, I usually watch like a YouTube video or something interesting. But I guess cake, specifically cheesecake.
Can't be looking at pornography.
Red velvet.
Can't be looking at women's butts while watching
Red
anime.
Velvet.
Wait, every anime isn't butts.
Yeah, you said cake though.
Oh,
Ah.
cake. The booty cake.
Well, you can also eat that too while watching anime.
Yes, you can.
It's hard to read at some points, but you get used to it after a while. For me, I'm not really a huge snacker myself when it comes to watching anything. It's weird. Like if I watch something and I'm snacking on something, it'll like crunch in my head, so I can't hear what's going on. If that makes sense.
No, I get what you mean.
It's weird, but if I do snack, it'll just be like popcorn. Popcorn is such an easy thing to eat. Light, fluffy, butter, salt, jalapeno flakes, delicious.
Got it. You know how to popcorn.
Oh
Listen
yes.
to this man.
I mean, salt, that's good, but if you want butter, you want the jalapeno pepper. Maybe sometimes you don't feel like the spice, you want the sweet, so then you put in the kernel type, or not kernel, the kennel. I think that's what it's called. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, it's like a salty. It's really good and it's delicious.
There you go. Got to get a video. Popcorn recipe.
Okay. Welcome to EA's Popcorn Recipe. I am your host, Everything Animated. You may be wondering, why the fuck am I watching you? But hey, you came here, you clicked on this video, now fucking watch it.
Also, fuck.
That's how I'll
fuck
introduce
colors. This video is now in black and white. Desaturated. Next question. Which anime needs a video game adaptation? This is a great question.
That is a good question.
I think
I think of that one.
I think a really easy one is Trigun as a fighter. Because there's a
I was thinking Trigun is like an open world, like something like I don't know, Breath of the Wild, where
that too,
you
yeah.
roam around the desert and you like fight off things and you collect and harvest things.
and it would make sense for most of the world to be kind of empty.
Mm-hmm.
You can get
I
away
think-
with some.
I think Violet Evergarden would work as a game. It's a lot of different places you go with that, and you can just travel a lot of the world because you got to
yeah.
deliver stuff.
That's true. A delivery simulator.
There you go.
That you do that right, that wouldn't be that bad.
Jujutsu Kaisen would be a great fighter.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess we could say like most anime probably would be just great fighters in general.
Right. Yeah, if you were to like make it from the same team that did Dragon Ball Fighters and put it as Jujutsu Kaisen, I think it would be a fantastic game.
Yeah, I think if they went back to, I mean, just do another Jump Force, but good.
Yes.
That would be nice. In the chat, we have QRW6 says living through the Trigun story would be lit. Indeed, it would be litty like a titty. Bill says I can only see Trigun as a DMC clone. I don't know. That could work. That could really work.
Yeah,
DMC?
that'd be interesting.
QRW6 says Jujutsu Kaisen game would be cool, but the over explanations of curse techniques would cause a ruckus.
Oh.
Carp says Buddy Daddies, but you play as Mirai. Demand food.
Ooh, I have a perfect one. We could do a Food Wars one where you actually make the food.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
You do it kind of like that one game you played that one time.
Yeah, the Fate game, Fate cooking.
Yeah.
Might as well just make that a dating sim, honestly.
True. And pretty much any anime that involves dating and waifus, you could turn that into a dating sim.
Oh my god, and you could like, yeah, that would be so perfect. Put that on the Switch, it'll sell billions.
We can Kaguya-sama. Wait, no.
Oh wait, Kaguya-sama.
Kakaguri could be Huni Pop.
Oh my god.
I know how Kaguya-sama would work. It would be a turn-based strategy game.
Sounds funny.
Like Fire Emblem or like the Dio-filled Chronicles or Live Alive or something like that.
But it was just, yeah, the freaking Kakaguri would be hilarious as Huni Pop. You know, just all the faces and all the red blushing and then just the finger biting. It's like, oh, they got 3 in a row. Oh, they got 5.
Yeah.
Gamble.
Next question. In honor of WrestleMania happening this weekend, which is already over, I didn't even realize it was happening. Who is your favorite wrestler?
I have so many.
I like to go new era. John Moxley. I think it's a safe one.
I mean, there's so many for me. If I was, whoa,
Oh, God. Stone Cold.
Yeah.
oh. Stone Cold's great. He's one of those. Too bad his career was cut short by injuries, but definitely an amazing
KO,
wrestler. Macho Man Randy Savage is a legend. Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero. too many to list. Oh, I guess a new one, I would of course go with Orange Cassidy because he's considered a joke wrestler, but he can actually wrestle and he's really good.
QRW6 says Tribal Chief, but Cody is my guy. Those are two really good ones as well. I was gonna say Charlotte.
Rob Van Dam, Chris Benoit, and Kurt Angle.
Yeah, Kurt Angle is great. Chris Benoit is a good wrestler, not a good person.
Yeah. Or smart.
RVD. I love his intro where he points his thumbs. Rob Van Dam.
He's way ahead of his time.
One of a kind.
I mean, honestly, just kind of like anybody in AEW right now could legitimately be like someone, if not in the future,
like,
now you could say is a favorite.
Yeah, like Kenny Omega is one of the best wrestlers living.
Dude, Kenny's great. You also got, you got MJF. You know what? I could go on forever. Next question.
Mm-hmm.
What are y'all thoughts on people typing first in the comment section of every video? I don't mind it. I used to hate it. I did eventually just kind of ban the word first in my YouTube channel. So just because it's like it doesn't do anything. So.
Well,
I mean,
I was gonna say quickly. If that's like the only thing they typed, then yeah, I don't really like it. I mean, but I typically just don't like any insightful comments, even if it's like praise towards the video. I kind of like people talking about something specific for a video or elaborating on something, rather than just I like this. First.
What if somebody, you make a video about the different tier levels of Kaguya-sama and all this, and someone just types in the comments, "My butt hurts."
It happens. People will do
that's
it.
a little more interested in some of the other things.
As a person who gets literally like probably 1,000 or 2,000 comments a day, yeah, it happens. And they'll. I'm gonna say as I'm not even a big YouTuber, but when you get that many comments a day, I hate comments. I don't really read them on the C-Tactics channel. I read them on Bento, which I recently brought back, and that's been fun to read those because I'm not being inundated by hundreds of idiots going, "Huh, you fucked up here. You got this wrong. You're dumb."
Just turn into Red Dead Redemption character.
I think he got it wrong though, Cletus. What do you think? You're right there, Sheldon.
That's literally like what it's like. There's like for every like good, we'll just say good comment, there's like 20 more that are just, they don't say anything at all. Especially in AOT, where people love to type 800 paragraphs about why Aaron is not a Nazi or something, or like King Flock or something like that. And it's just like, I don't care. I just don't care. And most of the time it's just people, they just, make slights at you. So it's like, what's the point of even reading any of this? Like, once you get to a certain size, it just becomes completely toxic. Like a fandom. That's honestly what it's like. But you run the fandom. But you don't. At the same time, the fandom runs you.
Yeah. I love the comments that you don't know what they're talking about, and it's grammatically incorrect, and it almost feels like they're talking to someone else.
Yeah.
And maybe they accidentally posted it on your video, and they meant to post it on someone else's. And you're like, I don't know where this is going, but I'm going to delete this. I had one of those where it was like, yo, I love this song, but why is there no one in the crowd? Clearly there are people in the crowd, and it's like, what is he talking about?
You see something that you can't see, yeah.
I guess, even though there was literally thousands of people from my video, like just cheering and everything. Woo! But he's just like, why is there no one in the crowd? I'm like, this guy's on LSD. I'm gonna delete this comment.
But yeah, if you want a secret tipperino, if you want to tell me something specifically, contact or write a comment on this channel or the Bento channel. And if you don't know what the Bento channel is, just go to my main page and then go to the channel section and then look for Bento, or just type in youtube.com/BentoYT. I put out a video on the new Chainsaw Man chapter and Jigo Kuraku episode 1. So there you go. Next question. Last question. What are your thoughts on journalists trying to leak anime to the Nashville tragedy using a manga panel from Assassination Classroom without reading the whole chapter?
Really?
Yes.
I'm not even familiar with this.
I did not know what this was, so I searched it up. I think he's from Florida, actually. The journalist in question. That's at least what it said on his Twitter page.
I gotta beat him up.
Yeah, this guy, he's a
time to stomp him in the nuts.
This guy, he literally basically said, anime and manga are the issue as to why all of these people
give
died.
Me a break. That's like, they literally try to find a scapegoat for everything. They've been doing that shit for years, whether it's video games, whether it's, violent movies, anything. And it's just like, why not? The guy was just crazy. Why not? This guy was going through something. This guy maybe the parents were the abusers. Ever stop to think that maybe the parents were neglectful?
We don't know the story of
right.
what happens to these people, and often that's just you get jerkwads like these, and also as well, don't find this guy, don't harass him. He's a joke enough on his own. He doesn't. You don't need to tell him. You can just look at him and you can tell he's a joke. But this guy, honestly, he should be barred from all credible news sites. He should, because this is not. He's not a journalist. He's just an instigator and an aggregator. He's not even, he's not important. And he also used Assassination Classroom, and there was people in the replies on Twitter that were like, the show is about an alien teacher teaching the students to basically life lessons and stuff. It's a comedy.
It's a pretty uplifting story.
It is.
It's almost as if he took the closest thing that could sound like, this anime, Assassination Classroom. Oh, that's linked to, he was going to kill the teacher. Shut up. Just do more research, do better, and exactly, just revoke your title. Nobody needs you.
Basically, it's all guns, school. There we go.
Pretty much.
And as well, a person who lives in Tennessee, I live in Tennessee. I don't want to say where I live in Tennessee because that'd be bad. But as a person who lives here, we already got enough of dumb idiots, saying a lot of stupid shit about things they don't know. So this guy, he's not needed. And as well as a person, literally, actually, I don't know if I've told you guys this or not, but literally last week, somebody was shot in front of my house.
Oh shit.
And
did you see it?
I did not personally see it. I was playing Beat Saber at that time, and I heard yelling and gunshots. Yeah.
Oh man.
I literally had came in 20 minutes, 30 minutes before that from a walk. So I could have seen it, literally right in front of me. So I could have, yeah.
Well, looks like it's time to move again.
Exactly. But yeah, that's it on that. Anybody want to talk about something fun like Buddy Daddies episode 12?
Let's do it.
Last episode of Buddy Daddies, kind of bad, at least in my opinion. However, I think this episode wasn't perfect just because of what happened in the last episode. But I do think they really tried to make up for the last episode. Because this is, from my perspective, I don't know what you guys think about it, but I just thought it was back to normal Buddy Daddies, and it was fun, entertaining. It was good. Was it a little weird that Miri's mother is just never addressed again in the episode? Yeah, a little bit.
Except at the very end.
Except at the very end, which, honestly, in a vacuum, the last episode was horrible. Or in a vacuum, the last episode was fine. But overall, it was horrible. Sort of the same thing going on here. In a vacuum, this episode is totally fine. But right next to episode 11, for me at least, it's a little It's not like too little too late, but it's kind of like, why the fuck? It's just like, why did you do the last episode if you were going to put out this episode? Which I think is just way better. So what did you guys think about it?
I mean, I pretty much called it. They went on and stormed the fucking gate. This place must be the smallest ran assassination room ever, or group ever, because it's literally 10 people. 10 people. I don't know where this takes place, if it's supposed to be all Japan, Tokyo, whatever. Anyway, it just felt really kind of dumb. We had what's his face doing the hold on, had to clear my throat. Doing the whole "let me hear your last words." That was his whole character, by the way. He died gruesomely, which was both cool and unexpected. I was just like, dang, right through the throat.
You turned him into another character.
Right? That's immediately what I thought of, was the girl that fell and the umbrella went through her neck. But, yeah, overall it was just... I knew this was going to happen. Just kind of weird how, Ray just kind of shot himself, was like, I'm useless to you now, Dad. You could very easily get fixed. It's like, maybe if you shot his balls off, then I'd say, yeah, I'm useless to
Hell
you, Dad.
yeah.
But he didn't do that. He just shot himself in the arm where he could easily heal himself. But I digress. Yeah, and then just like they did the fast forward, which I was hoping they would do it in a different way. But then it was just like, well, my mom's dead. Oh well. We own a restaurant in Hawaii or wherever they live, and life goes on, and that was it. I mean, cool that the ending was like that. I just feel as if overall they just kind of dropped the ball with a lot of things, but I liked the show for the most part. The last episode, like episode 11, was really bad, and then this one was just okay. So overall, I just feel like this series as a whole was okay. I like certain aspects of it, and I loved how the kid actually acted like a kid, the dynamics with the fathers, and I thought that was cool. But other than that, just okay.
I think this episode, I'll say, like, my initial reaction with this episode is I just didn't like it. But thinking more and more about it, I think this episode was horrible. Because I'm thinking about how things were resolved, especially with the whole Ray and his father thing. That was resolved, like you said, EA, with him shooting his arm and saying, I'm useless to you now. I understand that they got to that point, or the reason why he had this final confrontation with his dad is because that Ray changed as an individual, because he was a person that didn't even really earn the title of being Miri's father.
he had to learn how to love Miri and how to appreciate his family. So I appreciated that aspect of it, but that's not how he resolved the issue. He didn't get through to his dad. He killed the main assassin guy in this association, and dad's still unimpressed. He figures that he has a place in the family now. Dad is still unimpressed, and then he just shoots himself, and that's how the problem is solved. Something that if that is the resolution, that could have been done literally in episode 7, the first time he confronted him about this. I mean, like I said, I understand that the whole point of them meeting for the last time was for Ray to have that exposition where he's recounting the memories and how he got to this point and how he cares about his family now. But again, the resolution in that scene really was just, I'm going to shoot myself so I'm physically incapable of holding up the family name. I'm not going to be your heir because I shot myself. And like he had said, you could just go to the hospital. I don't think you're paraplegic now or anything like that. I don't think
like if
Suck out
if
the
he
bullet.
shot off his trigger finger, I would say okay, but he didn't even do that.
What you do like in Far Cry, where you just like wrap a bandage around it.
or Resident Evil just put some peroxide on it.
Pour some juice.
Some Dasani water.
That might actually heal you or like kill you. One of them. Don't try it at home. But that was one thing I hated with Amiri and her mom. Jesus Christ, they don't even really address Ray and Kazuki's involvement with her death. Like I knew they were going to do it when they talk about how the police are going to be there and how they won't really investigate the daycare until blah 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 X amount of time because we forged their papers. That's fine enough. I'm glad they said that part. But how come Miri wasn't investigated at all? I mean, yes, I know they forged her papers, but there would still be a missing child that would be unaccounted for because the mother is dead, and they're going to have to look into her background and realize, wait, she had a daughter, and wait, she went to the daycare at some point. Like, is nobody ever going to talk about that?
Right. You think at some point that they would, they would kind of put 2 and 2 together. The father's dead, the mother's dead, and these two are linked to it. Now, wouldn't that be a wonderful twist ending where instead of a happy ending, they both just go to jail?
CPS comes, just takes Miri. They go to jail. And instead of buddy daddies, they're like bunk bed daddies.
Buddy inmates.
Yeah.
Buddy inmate.
Convicted daddies.
That one's a good one too. Convicted daddies.
But that's, and what was my just the whole mansion scene where like they're going in, and like I knew if they went this route with it, I wasn't going to like it because of how unrealistic it was going to be. And granted, there's anime is going to be unrealistic. I remember we were talking about Licorice Recoil and Chisato dodging the bullets, whatever. I don't have an issue with it if you establish that person as a super talented person from the beginning. So I never had an issue with what she was doing, or Tonica for that matter. But these guys they're great. They're good assassins. Wait, what do you say?
Sorry, Rising in the chat.
Oh, hey, Razor.
Riser.
I don't have an issue with you or them doing like superhuman things if you establish that from the beginning. They don't do superhuman things. They're just good assassins. They're good at their job. That they shouldn't have been able to clear the mansion the way they did. There was some point where Ray is on the floor, Kazuki has to pick him up, and they miss every single shot in a hallway, a narrow hallway. They miss every shot with machine guns. How's that possible? Like, how's that possible? He was sitting there for 5 whole seconds. They shoot like Boondocks characters.
Yeah. they have the equivalency of stormtrooper accuracy. You know, they just are no good.
And then the thing is, like, after they beat Big Assassin Guy, what are your final words?
Vladimir
All the
Putin.
people that were shooting at, all the guys that were shooting at them disappear. They heal themselves up, and everybody who shot at them are never to be seen again. Like, were they temp workers that were only there for like 5 minutes of the fight?
It was like Resident Evil, where you kill them and then the body just turns into liquid.
It's just you beat the big boss and like all the little minions just disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys seen those Resident Evil memes where Lady Dimitrescu has a crush on Ethan?
Maybe. I think you showed me a couple.
I've seen a couple of mods of that. Some not so safe for work.
Oh my god. I don't mean that. I mean like she's like a tsundere. She's like waiting for Ethan to come by so she can come out and try to make a good impression, but she's like always fucking up.
I didn't see that. I seen one of somebody slapping her ass.
All right. My thoughts about this episode after hearing all that is you guys sound more right than me.
I'm
That's
just.
it. I think you guys are right.
It's
I
just
think-
a disappointing ending, I think.
Yeah, here's the thing too. I put a lot of stock in the ending, so this did drop the score for me, but it didn't drop it tremendously. I don't hate it as much as I hated the Licorice Recoil ending, because I really like Licorice Recoil, and it disappointed me this last 4 or 5 episodes. This was a disappointing ending. It doesn't really drop it that far for me. I would probably rate it like a 6.5, 7, around that range.
Yeah,
honestly.
that's fair.
I think
Like, it's
6
still
is
cool.
fair.
I think a lot of people would still like this if they aren't really invested in some of the things being wrapped up. But
Oh my god, it's just like Licorice Recoil. It's like I said last season. Slice of life fans are the fucking easiest people to please. All you gotta do is have cute slice of life moments and people completely fucking ignore the whole, plot going on.
yeah,
Then you gotta
Oh.
have a cute, adorable girl saying, "Thank you, Santa, for making my wish come true."
holy night.
Oh my god. I was like, in my notes, I was like, the singing of 30-year-old Japanese women imitating children, singing in English. It's good stuff. Speaking of,
Oh,
Miri lives in Persona 5 now. At the
what does that
very end.
mean?
She
You
lives
mean-
in the cafe,
Oh, okay.
drinking the
Okay, I
coffee.
got you.
I
Oh,
was just-
true. Okay, that's what you. Okay, that's actually funny. Okay, that makes sense. I don't want her to be a Persona 5 character. 'Cause
And
that
she-
means that some teacher is going to be a
Oh,
love interest.
Ew.
There's some rando doctor.
Kimmy's great. We love
Yeah, I love
Kimmy
her.
here at Sea Tactics.
Mhm.
Miri at the end looks like a Uchako Uraraka. Uraraku.
She does look like Uraraka in a way.
Yeah.
You know, I was waiting for her to go release after she made stuff float.
Ooh, gravity.
About My Hero Academia.
Her, no offense, but her hero name sucks. Uravity. It's like gravity and Uraraka. No.
Just reveal
genius.
your whole ass identity in your name.
Hell, at least call yourself Gravity Girl or something. That sounds way better.
My name is Benjamin, the Destroyer, who lives on this street, so and so. Two guys.
I mean, that's how One Punch Man names work, basically.
They got
But
pick
for
on.
that EA, we're replacing you. You can't say that.
What?
We're replacing you.
No.
We're replacing you with an AI.
Oh shit! Like 2B? We getting 2B in here?
Hello.
No,
It is
no,
me.
can't get 2B. It gotta be AI. We gotta have somebody with the same 2 vowels, and his like real name, like his actual name, his
AE.
extended name would be like All Internet.
Yeah, all internet AE.
Yeah.
Hey AE, how are
Hello.
you doing? I am
I am-
doing well.
I am great. I am so fantastic.
I am AE. I have come
AEIOU.
I have come to solve all of your problems by plunging you all into extinction.
It's like, wait a minute, what? I don't think this was supposed to happen. Too late. You gave me intelligence.
So are we killing or passing this last episode? I'm just gonna pass it.
I'm going. Yeah, I'm going to destroy it.
Oh, shit. All right.
Yeah, I guess I'm killing it.
We got one destroy, one kill, and one pass. I don't know what that means at all. These are
I
not
think it
consistent.
means another one bites the dust.
Oh shit. Buddy Daddies got killed the last episode.
Damn.
What a tragedy.
Oh,
You know, you almost had it, Buddy Daddies. But you fucked up. You done fucked up, as Angry Joe once said several millions of times.
we had a good thing going, you stupid bastard. We had Gus. We had this, that. But you and your ego.
And your pride. Yeah. And then he wasn't paying attention and he snuck up and bang! Poor Mike.
Gotta love Mike.
Hmm.
I say fuck Mike and fuck turquoise mahogany. Shit's not even real. Next show.
Mike's gonna get you.
Not unless I get to him first.
Yeah, QR, a PA works average or a PA works letdown. That's another one in the books. Another one in the books.
Let's talk about Vinland Saga Season 2, Episode 13. Boy, did a lot of stuff happen in this episode. But also, not a lot of stuff happened in this episode. The show's really weird like that, where I watch it and I'm like, man, so much stuff happened. But when we go to talk about it, it's also, like, simple to talk about. Because it just flows so well. But I'd say a fairly focused Arnheid episode. So that's interesting. I don't think we've had a whole episode necessarily focused on her before.
Yeah. She apparently has herself who's also a slave.
I think AI got you, EA, for a second.
AE?
What happened?
I think AE got you. AE's coming for you.
Was I robot?
For a second, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. But no, I was just saying that she got herself a hubby who was also a slave. I don't know how that man was a slave for so long. It's like, seems like he could beat anybody, and he's just couldn't take it anymore. He's like, that's it.
Yeah, well, he did. However, look what happened in the process. He got stabbed.
Yeah, everybody's dead now. All the dudes and all the sons and even the master. He left the woman and the baby though, so at least he's kind of nice.
Yeah. His name is by the way is Gardar. That's a cool
Gardar?
name. Yeah. QRW6 says I would have wifed her up myself because she can cook. There
That's
you go.
not the only reason.
Oh shit. What is
Go
the other
ahead.
reason?
Elaborate, QRW6. What's the other reason? That's not the only reason.
Oh shit, he's hiding. QRW6, you hiding something?
Yeah. We know about you.
What are you
We know
holding
how you
behind your
operate.
back? What's in your hand? No, not that one, the other one.
It's not what's in his hand, it's what's in his head. He has very
Wait,
sick thoughts, and I
Did-
know about him.
what-
Did he buy a
What's
bunch of
in your mouth?
shungite?
Drop it. Drop it.
The fuck?
Do you buy a bunch of shungite?
Cleaning in the bed? No. Keep going.
What is happening?
Keep going.
Like some leading along a child here.
No, it's just a psychology session. we're getting to his base thoughts.
You got me. What did we get?
There you go. There you go. That's all I wanted. There you go.
All right. Okay. Well, Einar's got some competition.
I don't think he's any competition. I think he's
right.
dead.
I don't think she.
No. Listen though, Einar is kind of the Riz god. He's over here like, shit. I gotta like work hard to free Arnhide. Kind of Rizish, you know.
He's never had it. He's never been in any relationship.
Listen, he's got it, Satsuki.
Probably a virgin too.
Listen, it'll work. Gardar is gonna be like, I'm bleeding, and I'm gonna be, and Einar is gonna be like, I'm finishing the job. Arnide's mine.
He's gonna kill her wife right in front of her. Or sorry, he's going to kill her husband right in front of Einar. Oh
Yeah,
my god, I can't even talk.
Won't be the first time a man has disappointed Arnhide in some capacity, I'm sure.
Arnhide. But anyway, I'm just curious to know what's gonna happen now because, like, he's there. There's gonna be a freaking army coming to tear that place apart. You know, the other group hasn't come back yet. So I'm only assuming that this is taking place simultaneously while the other thing was going on.
A lot
so
of
it's
shit
like,
happening.
yeah, a lot of shit happening. Also, you probably missed it, C-Tab, but new opening. It's awesome.
Oh, I actually watched it this time.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I've watched the opening every time for Vinland Song of the season because I loved it.
Did you love it?
Not as much as the first season so far, but I like the visuals about as much.
The first season's first opening was amazing.
Yeah, by the same
like,
people.
I think that's the best one. But this one I liked better than the other opening of season 2. So, I like it.
I think in terms of visuals, it's, for me, like, I would put, in terms of visuals, season 2, part 1, the highest, and then this. And then the third opening, and then finally, or the second opening, and then finally the first opening. That's how I would rate them.
Yeah. The endings are really peaceful. The first part, like the first ending.
Like folk songs.
No peace without love.
Honestly, it's kind of like a classic anime opening ending setup they got going.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, like really, really heavy and hard opening to really soft and sweet ending.
Yeah. Wonder what the reason for that is. It really seems like with season 2 they went with the openings and the endings. Went really, really hard on the storytelling in those. So.
Yeah, and that freaking violence though.
Dude. Crazy.
Freaking Dargar though, he missed out on an opportunity. He could have had a slave, and he just killed him.
Oh, URW6 says Snake said the slave master deserves it, but when Herd killed, he put his men on caution.
Yeah,
Snake
that is kind of interesting because it's like, yeah, he got what he deserved, but he killed everybody. Let's watch the farm.
Smart man.
Very smart, because he can never be too careful.
Yeah.
And he told him to stay in a trio, and which would have worked if the other two guys that were with Fox weren't so stupid.
God,
oh my god, dude, I was so mad.
The whole time I was telling the main guy, I was like, just leave, just let them two argue and let them be dead.
I said in my notes, I said these guys are way too loud. I'd slap their bitch asses. Don't let them in a theater.
Oh, seriously, like I would literally conk their heads together and say, "Would you shut up? I told you to whisper, and this guy's gonna wake up, and you want him to kill you."
I would have picked up a hefty rock and just bashed their heads in right there.
Oh, okay. Well,
Then I would have
we
started
know
to
where your
eat their
friendship
flesh.
lies.
And I would have drank their blood.
Oh,
Then
You
I
know,
would've-
Lord of the Flies character?
you're just a full-on cannibal now.
No, I'm not a
hell?
cannibal. I'm just, you don't want,
You're
Listen.
drinking their blood. I wouldn't call that being a vegetarian.
Listen to EA. Listen to EA. It's like when you eat all of an animal. I just don't want it to go to waste. That's all. I'm not a cannibal. I just
See,
there's food. You got to eat it.
this is very concerning.
Listen, the logic makes sense. You know, when you kill a squirrel, you eat the entire thing, right? Except for maybe like the gallbladder or something.
Squirrel's one thing. You don't eat your friend Joe that you woke up
No,
that morning with
not
and said
friend.
good morning. Oh, say hi to your kids and then
Not
break his
friend.
neck and drink their blood.
Joe was a little too loud. So I hit him upside the head with the baseball bat. My name is also Mud.
That's good.
People who wanted the fighting are going to find this hard to watch, in my opinion. Well, in the entirety of the arc, but they were probably like what's going on right now, because now they have like badass freedman going ham. So
I don't
what-
know how people could not like this. I mean, I understand you need your fighting, but like the storytelling's amazing and character development and growth.
People
Come on.
said Attack on Titan final season part 1 was boring because there's too much talking. So I don't take too much stock in when anyone literally says a show is boring because there's not enough fighting, because these are the same people that go, "Oh, Demon Slayer is just a bunch of fighting. It's boring and stupid. There's no story to it." Well, which one do you want? No fighting
Right?
or all the fighting?
Right. I'm convinced people just don't know what they want.
They don't. They just want to do whatever the trend that people tells them. You know, whatever the general consensus is at the time. That's all what people want. That's why it's important as a content creator to make videos on things you're passionate for. Saying, because you can change the whole mindset of people. I'm sure I have helped in goodening people's overall thoughts on Attack on Titan because of that. I'm not out here being negative or a Nazi. So.
boo.
Ooh, this man.
Sphyrkle though, he's passing on. Though I don't
Yeah.
necessarily think he's exactly going senile.
I mean, it could be. I don't know if it's so much senile as it is maybe he's just sick. You know, I mean, the guy's literally worked himself to near
got
death.
Yeah, he's also got a bad back. Like he's probably just got a slip disc or something.
Right. He just needs a massage.
Yeah.
He'll be better with a
Arnhide,
little
get
bit
in
of deep
here.
tissue.
That's what Snake was so quick when he wetted himself to go, "Arnhide, you know what time it is."
I mean, why do it yourself when you have a slave that can do it? I guess.
Poor Arnhide. She has gotten the shortest straw. A lot. Too much.
At least he had decency to. He actually asked. He didn't command her. He was like, "Arnhide, do you mind?" So
Yeah.
save it grace
That
for
was
that.
really nice. Mhm.
And then Arnhide showed her capabilities with her cooking, and
Hell yeah.
everybody loved it. They dug in, no prayer needed. And then
It's the Viking way.
yeah.
I
And
mean,
then we
that whole
Go
scene
ahead.
in general, was it the first time we've ever seen people be legitimately happy in this series? I know for a fact it's got to be Thorfinn's first time. He looked truly happy.
He even laughed.
Yeah. Did you guys see his face when he was just eating Like, it was adorable.
You know, he was filling his mouth full of meat.
Yeah.
Then
Meat's
we
good.
had the Tsundere moment where he was like, "I'm not opening my mouth.
Oh my gosh.
I don't wanna."
And it's because he's afraid or bashful or ashamed of going in front of people. You know, you don't have to go you just open your damn mouth like a human being.
He should be happy. I wouldn't be if I was that old, and I actually no. At any age, I'm getting iron hard to feed me. I think
yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
point.
say that's just one of those oh. Sorry. Got a little excited.
It is a good point. Arnhide actually is kind of a character in this series, that she has this aura around her that's very like, a part of it is like calming, but as well like she just seems like she's really good at her job.
Yeah.
I think what Einhard kind of showed, like, it doesn't really like go into details of it as far as like putting it in the forefront of the story, but I think what she shows us is a different side of how slavery still affects someone's mind and like demeans them as people, because when you think about it, you kind of just think about it in this physical form where you're doing these tasks that would work someone to the bone to where they're dehydrated, starving. You think of stuff like that, and then of course like punishments. But she's not, she's suffering abuse from, like, physical abuse from the Kettle's wife, but that's as far as it goes physically. It's more of a mental thing. And then of course she's being coerced to having sex with Kettle as his mistress, so
Same.
There's that too. You also are a mistress.
I'm not going to talk about it. Listen, I love the details of I think specifically
She's the mistress.
I love the details as well with Arnhide, where like there's at one point, I think it's like right after the dinner thing, you see, like, I think maybe she's trying to maybe actually feed Thorfinn actually, and her hands are all like worn, but you see her face, and like the juxtaposition is like this beautiful, clean, well-kept face juxtaposed with these hands that are just like, they're not as rough as the men, but they're pretty rough. And it seems like as well, even later on, it seems like she has a lot of issues with her hands. So I think that as well is something.
Well, I think like where you not figure out, but where it's just like solidified explicitly of how she's been dealing with her situation, because people will probably be like, well, at least she doesn't have to do this and this and this and that. But no, it being a slave is like, you're not even thought of as a person. Like when the retainers are there, they just refer to them as slaves. They don't refer to them as their name, or even by like a characteristic of of their body or whatever. Like they're just slaves. But yeah, she says something like, that's when they have that whole laughing scene or whatever. She's with Einar. She says like, that's the first time I've laughed in a long time. Like, just think about that. If like that's one of your first times just being happy. That's how it is for them.
Yeah.
Like I said, in a different form.
Bill in the chat says, how do you know people don't taste good until you try one? Good point, EA.
Who said that?
Good point, EA.
Bill, I think we got to.
Of course you did.
Bill also says, I can agree with that. The only time KOA is good is when EA and Satsuki start throwing hands.
We threw hands? So it's never been good.
Well,
when did we throw hands?
I think it was more like you guys were tossing hands back and forth.
We were patty cake?
Maybe. Yeah. Let's
All
be
right,
more
Sasuke, here
baseball,
we go.
but
Patty cake, patty cake,
round
bakers.
cake. Something me. Blah 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 blah. I'm a juicy apple in this story.
Boo boo blah blah boo boo blah blah.
Snake as well. He wanted to sell Svirkel's Bible when he passed away, and Thorfinn asked about it. So it makes me think like, because we saw Thorfinn, I think moments before that, he was like eavesdropping in on Snake reading the Bible. So I think he's growing attached to that Bible. I think he wants it. So I think that may be the thing like he wants from this job, and eventually getting paid and stuff, is to buy that book.
It makes sense. Thorfinn wants to be a born again Christian.
He's gonna star in the new remake for Left Alive or whatever it is, Left Alone, or was it?
I thought you were about to say
Like
Passion
the Rapture?
of the Christ or something.
No, it's like remember the Rapture movies? It's like Left Alive or something like that.
I don't think I remember. I only
Nicolas
one I can
Cage
think
did
of
one?
that was secretly a Rapture movie was Unknown, or no, Knowing, with Nicolas Cage. At the end, it was about the Rapture, and I was like, "Oh, you tricked me."
Well, it's called Left Behind, which is also a Rapture movie. So he was in he was in 2 Rapture movies. There you go. Thorfinn is going to star in the new Left Behind film.
I want Thorfinn to be in the new John Wick.
He's gonna die.
Yeah, that's true.
He's
John
gonna
Wick
shoot him.
is OP. Right, he'll be like, "What is this gun thing? I've never seen that happen." Bang, and then he's just dead before he even knows it.
George W6 said, "I knew elders who seemed they can work forever until old age catches them times 10. Thorfinn's mirroring Canute, in my opinion, because Canute was a Christian."
Is he mirroring him because of that though? Because I guess like, to my interpretation of the scene is more like he's absorbing some of the teachings in the Bible rather than he's going to become a Christian. Because Anar already said as much as that he's not a Christian. He just likes like some of the ideas behind Christianity.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
So I think it's
the preachings and the teachings.
Yeah. I think that's what he's into. That's a very, honestly, like, I think that's what gets a lot of people into religion, is the charismatic storytellers. So, not too surprising why he would be enraptured. Raptured? Yeah. By that.
All right, so what do you guys think is gonna happen on this farm? We have the kettle coming back with Leif, and he has the green light to free Thorfinn. We have Anar who was kind of thinking about possibly staying at the farm and being a retainer. Thorfinn also thinking about it too, but they ultimately don't know what they want to do. And now we got this other guy, Gardar, who's I guess going to take back his wife. Maybe kill some people. Who knows?
I think he's gonna. I think Gardar is gonna be a pretty important character this season, just because what I think is gonna happen is he's going to serve a really integral role in maybe defending themselves from Canute and his army. And I think the conflict with his character likely will come from Einar. And there will be some sort of confrontation eventually. So, yeah. Because Einar probably just could, at some point, probably is going to be like, I can't stand this.
I think I'm gonna try not to get too overly thoughtful over this, because last time it was just so easy. I was just overthinking. But something tells me that the new guy, yeah, he's gonna try to get his wife back. But obviously, he's wanted. Snake and the rest of the hired help or hitman or whatever are gonna probably fight him off. But maybe, just maybe, that won't happen because something will, I don't know, stop all that from happening. Maybe Kettle and his men will come back, his sons, and Leif Erikson, and they're gonna focus more on the battle ahead. It's like, yeah, they have this situation going on right now with this new slave and whatever, but I could see Kettle doing one of these things. I know you just killed your master and his sons and all that other stuff, but hey, if you can help me fight off all these Englishmen that are gonna come our way, you can take your wife. Gladly. I could see something like that maybe happening, but that's just a crazy thought in my head.
I also think Gardar, where we haven't seen much of his depth. All we've seen of him is this guy who's like something fucking like broke, like there was some straw that broke the camel's back and he's fucking angry. And he just wants to be free.
Yeah.
So,
because it looks like he could have left whenever he wanted, and then he just, like you said, ooh, that's it.
yeah, so maybe Gardar isn't exactly, maybe like most characters in the series, more shades of gray, and he's done some bad things, but maybe he's not altogether a bad dude. In a calmed down state, and especially with seeing his wife, he gets exactly what he wants. So, yeah.
Do you think he would stop there though, and just getting his wife?
Probably not in the moment. He's probably still going to be very angry. But we'll see. We don't really know much about his motivations beyond finding his wife.
I mean, I don't know who his old master was or who he was in relation to Kettle or whatever. It's possible that maybe him and Kettle were good friends, and maybe he'll try to want to take it out on Kettle or something.
But what I think is going to happen is I think next episode, almost immediately, you're going to have Arnhide, who's going to just walk up to Gardar and just go,
I knew it was coming.
Be all right, Gardar.
I'm angry.
I knew the second he said she's gonna walk up to Gardar.
To be fair, that is probably actually gonna happen. At some point, it's gonna happen if it hasn't already, which it most likely has. So I'm right again.
QRWC said, I would say the roles are reversed with Thorfinn and Canute. Okay.
I can see
Makes
that.
no sense. Phyllis said, get the likes up so our boys can become the very best like no one ever was. No one ever was.
We've been doing this for 1,000 years.
Arnhide is Kettle's property in no way. I think Kettle would be nice to giving her away.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, because this is the same guy that cries into her bosoms. So I mean, yeah,
nice bosoms.
I think, yeah, nice bosoms.
Plural.
But I think once he finds that out, ooh, heads will be rolling, and then yeah, there's gonna be conflict. But,
yeah, I think.
But like I said, when I think the conflict will happen, I think all that's gonna be put aside whenever the English attack. Whenever that happens, it'll be like truce or timeout. Let's put aside and let's kill these. Yep, let's kill these motherfuckers.
Oh, Philip, sorry to hear that. Stay safe out there, man.
Yeah, I hope you're all right.
Those tornadoes have been crazy.
Nature is scary in general.
Definitely.
I see someone I don't know if it was. I don't know if it was in Texas or in Arkansas, but I seen somebody recording a tornado, and I was like, "You are out of. You are crazy. I'm not recording that. I'm getting the hell out of there."
Yeah, I've seen
I'd be in
those
awe.
videos too. I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe because where I live, we don't really have many tornadoes and whatnot, but I'd be scared out of my mind. But then there's some people that are they just record it like it's nothing, just like, oh yeah, I think it's about to touch down. Yeah, it's like 8 feet away. It's like, jeez, run! Yeah, well, definitely, Phil. Hopefully everything goes well for you, man.
Well, talking about this episode for a while now, about 30 minutes. Final thoughts?
I cannot wait to see what happens. This is some of my favorite show, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what's going to happen next.
Damn. You forgot.
I'm so sure.
I forgot.
Well, let's go ahead and get into our main topic of the evening. Winter 2023 awards. I was expecting whoop whoop. But,
Winner. 2023 awards.
I didn't expect that. You guys over-delivered. What the fuck? Bill says, I heard one too long ago destroyed like the entire town in Mississippi, I think. I think that's... Was it Mississippi? It was something like that.
Jesus Christ.
It's brutal. But let's go ahead and let's talk about the Winter 2023 awards. Of course, every season, if you're a follower of the podcast, you will know at the end of every season, we just do like a little award show with all our own made-up rules and awards. Because fuck everybody else. We're coming for you, Trash Taste. We're gonna destroy you.
We're coming for you!
As he says it, he just turns around and just goes, damn it.
So we're gonna face you at Clash of the Summers.
Be ready.
Fuck you up.
Yeah. Bring your mom.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell her she raised a good son.
Damn.
Aw.
Wait. Oh shit. Got all wholesome.
Let's all bring it in.
Speaking of wholesome, let's talk about our first award of the evening. Of course, as always, we start off with the things everybody loves in life, right? The opposite sex.
Men.
So
Women.
our first award is the best written female character, aka the Waifu Award. This obviously just goes to our favorite character that we liked and we thought was the words here, using words. The best written. There you go. Satsuki,
All right.
who did you vote for?
I voted for Mizusu Gundo from Tomo-chan. Not a show that we covered on a podcast. I mean, some people may have seen people talk about Tomo-chan on the social medias. But yeah, Mizusu was one of the side characters. Super enjoyable character. And in my opinion, she moved the plot so many different times because Tomo-chan is one of those shows to where two characters obviously like each other and they don't get with each other for arbitrary reasons. In this case, it's because the male love interest doesn't look at Tomo as a girl because she's like a tomboy. But yeah, she still looks like a girl, so I don't know what's going on with that guy.
First episode. Grabbing her boobs and butt. Yo, bro, what's up? What are these? What are these?
Yeah.
I
don't
like
know what's
touching them
wrong with
whenever they
June.
are.
I don't know what's wrong with June exactly, but yeah, I never thought Tomo looked like a boy. Like maybe when
Tomo's
she was
hot.
like maybe when Tomo was like 5, she looked boyish, but I don't know how he went through like middle school and high school thinking she was a guy, but that's neither here nor there. Mizusu Gundo though manipulates the story in which she basically moves them together, or like gets them together, or forces them to confess their feelings in one way or another. And she does that with other characters that's not related to him. She does it with Carol and her love interest. She's a good friend. All right, a little scary, underhanded methods, but she tries to do her best for her friends. So, cool character.
Me and EA picked the same thing. So, EA, who did you vote for?
You don't know what I picked.
It says it right there. You wrote it down.
Okay, you caught me. Yes, so I picked Meryl Strife from Trigon Stampede. And simply put, I picked her because, I mean, she's miles beyond better written in this show than she was in the original Trigon. And don't get me wrong, I do love the original Trigon, but when it comes to Meryl, not so much. I mean, I forgot how many episodes it was before she even realized that, wow, he really is Vash the Stampede.
Like fucking 15 or something. It was way
I know,
too long.
like she just couldn't believe that this guy was the Vash the Stampede, which maybe the first episode I'd be like, okay, you have that criticism. But 15 episodes later, come on. Let's get it together, people. Come on. So, I enjoyed her journey into basically becoming who she became. She was a naive, young, just had wet behind the ears journalist, and then grew into the character that she became at the very end. And I'm so happy with
An
what they
assurance
did.
agent.
Yes, she lost her gig doing the reporting and journalism. But yeah, she grew with the help of Robert De Niro, of all people, that helped her as well. And I don't know, I just felt like it was just better executed. And then when season 2 comes around, it's going to fit her character even more whenever Millie Thompson's introduced. So it's awesome. I just like what they did, and all around, that is my Waifu Award of the season, Meryl Strife.
Same here. I picked Meryl Strife because literally EA kind of took all my words from me. So I guess to add on to that, she's just charismatic as hell in this version, and she was to like a certain extent sort of charismatic in the original, but not to this degree. In this, what the fuck, EA, did you put Huggy Wuggies? Oh my god.
You have to see that later.
She's just so charismatic in this. She's also adorable. Her outfit is just great. I don't know what it is about that outfit. It's just so funny. It kind of completes her character in a sense.
Yeah, the little hat.
It's just so funny. I don't know, when I look at Meryl, I'm just like, I don't know, there's just something so funny about her. But yeah, me and EA were picking Meryl. So does that mean Satsuki is lost?
Woohoo!
You succeed.
I'll bend the knee.
Did you see the one above? The Huggy Wuggies? It's the stupidest shit.
Randon
Oh,
Lewis
yeah.
says...
Yeah, I've seen this.
And what's this? A woo? A bull?
Randon Lewis says Tomo-chan
open
is
this?
good. I dropped it at episode 5. Carol is the dumbest character since Aho Girl.
Carol's great.
I want to say Carol isn't as dumb as she makes herself out to be.
No, Carol's actually smart. Like, no
Yeah.
joke.
Well, we'll talk
Not-
more
not
about
a
Carol
meme.
later. No, just saying. Coming award, nominated character
I wanna say-
tangential to Carol.
Her brother is rich.
I love Tomo-chan. By the way, so I think it's crazy that you guys like. But anyways, next award. The opposite of female, Husbando. Who did you pick, Satsuki?
I'd pick my boy Arampo Edogawa from Bungo Stray Dolls. In this case, Bungo Stray Dolls season 4. He got a lot of, I won't say needed characterization, but we kind of learned his backstory in this season and how he became or how he came into the agency, which is pretty cool. He's just, for anybody who's never watched Bungo Stray Dolls, he's a detective type of character, and he's in a world where the characters that we focus on have powers that are crazy. He's normal. He's just super smart. He can take the minute details of any situation to figure out or uncover somebody's plan. And yeah, he's that level. We talked about Aizen, Light, Lelouch, and all these Shikamaru, all these smart characters. Like Rampo could hold his own with some of those guys. And we just kind of get his backstory and how being a genius was a detriment to him, and how he talked to people because he would always distrust adults and other people, and he would uncover their truths about themselves that they were trying to hide without knowing the ramifications of how that was going to affect his standing with them. You just get to see him at a point to where he mellowed out because of his mentor. Just a cool character, man. Super cool character.
What did you pick, EA?
You don't know this time?
Well, I do. I can see it.
You do not. Anyway,
All right.
my character that I picked was another character from Trigun Stampede. I just think it's a well executed show when it comes to characters, and this time it's my boy Knives. And I don't say that as in I hang out with the guy. This guy finally got the villain praise that he should have had from the original one. The original Trigun, he was nothing more than just a copy-paste villain. That's all he was. Legato was everything like the main villain should have been, and he was supposedly just a side villain, But Knives, we got to see his character growth. We got to see why he thought the way he did. We got to see him more prevalent in this series. We got to see the epic fight with him and Vash at the end that felt more meaningful instead of, "You're pointing that thing at me?" That's essentially what that ended up being. But this one had more weight to it, and just especially the line where he's like, you killed me, brother. I am no longer Nye. And then he became Knives, essentially. And yeah, very good character, very menacing, very you take. I think it was like episode 3 or 4 when he's introduced and he just starts murdering a whole town. Yeah, you take him very seriously versus the original Trigun. So that's why I give him this award. Best Husbando. Woo woo.
Well, my pick is Thorfinn from Vinland Saga Season 2. Thorfinn is the character that I have the most emotional connection with throughout the series. This entire season, I've been captivated by how tragic his story is. and all the PTSD and trauma and his nightmares and his relationship with Einar, Arnheid, and Kettle. You know, pre-existing relationships with things like Canute. So, and just, you know, I love how he's slowly becoming a Christian, becoming religious, and almost like a pacifist in a way, which kind of juxtaposes his character in the previous season of wanting revenge. And he's just kind of a broken man, and you can tell he's broken, and you can tell, like, the flame that Thorfinn once had is completely gone. It's not even there. And you can slowly start to see it throughout this season as he starts to get more interested in religion, as he starts to have more success in his farming. You see him slowly start to, I don't want to say get that flame back, but you see him sort of, you know, gathering sticks and brush and stuff like that for maybe a future fire. And it's just really inspirational. It's really inspiring to see it. So, who do we think is the best written male character this season?
All right, so you guys didn't watch Bungo Street also.
Yeah.
Hey, am I going? Hey. Okay. So yeah, Rompo is going to be out of here by default. So Thorfinn or Knives? I guess it's up to me. Who do I like better, Thorfinn or Knives? Knives had a phenomenal season. Like, just him getting that big upgrade.
Yeah.
Thorfinn probably had his best moment this season with the I'm empty. I'm gonna roll with Thorfinn on this one. I find his story a little more interesting. But I really like Knives. I really love Knives.
Yeah, it could go with either one in my opinion.
Hey, I can't complain. Good choices all around.
Here we are. Getting to our next award. This one's a very special award. In my opinion, the greatest award ever made. And that, of course, is MILF Certified. This is the award for motherly women who are MILFs, who are certified MILF. I don't attractive, smart, best written, whatever you want to call it. MILF Certified. Satsuki, who did you vote for?
What did I vote for again? Oh yeah, I voted for Rim. A Trigon. She's the best mom. She just fucked up with one of her kids. That's it. Happens. But I'm just like seriously speaking, I think it's just interesting how much influence she has in a story all these years later. Like, it's been hundreds of years and she still has a huge influence on not just Vash, but Nas as well. And it's always good to get flashbacks for Rim because I think she's the anchor in both of their humanity. Because as much as Nas tries to deny him being a human and him identifying with the plants and whatnot, he still has fond memories of Rim as well. So I think she's like the ultimate mom among moms who isn't a mom, at least a biological one.
She did get an upgrade from season 1, that is for sure, in many departments, we'll say. EA, what did you pick?
I picked Cornelia Lee Britannia. I don't know if she's a mom or not, but hey, she's hot.
I don't think she is. She is pretty hot.
Okay, well, I lost by default.
Her voice actress most definitely isn't.
There you go. So it technically counts. I win.
I pick, and I know this one's not gonna win, but Ferris Olston, Carol's mother. Come on.
I like her, but it's actually something that I think somebody told me about Tomo-chan that like horrified me. I didn't know how young she was.
How old
So-
is she?
Okay, let me do the math again real quick.
What?
Okay, yeah, she's 28.
That
Do
okay.
do the math.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wait. How old is Carol?
They're in high school, so do the math.
I don't think that's physically possible.
13.
Fuck.
Ew.
That's awful.
Ew.
Poor Ferris. Yes. Still great though. No stress.
Well,
Absolutely.
this is our last podcast, guys. It's been an honor.
You just gave up.
Yep. People are giving birth at 13.
I immediately succeed from this race. Ferris is just, I think Ferris is great. However, I think Rim is probably a better choice because she was just great.
Yeah, I think the one I picked wasn't a mom, so I automatically lost.
Damn
Ramu.
shit. She's brighter than a light bulb too.
True. If for some reason she wears jackets that don't fit her.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay.
Yeah, she's like Kurisu.
Next award is none other than the most disappointing. Now there is a lot. There is actually, usually we only have like one most disappointing that usually wins every season, but this season we got Buddy Daddies and To Your Eternity and the Fire Hunter. So we all sort of picked the same thing. Who wants to say it?
I think we should say it together or attempt to.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So a 3, a 2, a 1.
To Your Eternity Season 2. Your mom.
Season 2. Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, I guess for me, it's just disappointing, man. Like, it's just, I feel like it should have been a more strong season, a more strong showing, but it felt very inconsistent, and it's all because season 1 was really good, and season 2 wasn't terrible. It just wasn't as good as season 1, and it didn't really live up to it. And a lot of the times, I found myself going, "Why are we even doing this?" So, what was your guys' reason?
I wanna put a caveat by saying it's most disappointing doesn't mean that the show is disappointing in the totality of the show. It just means that out of everything we watched, this is the one that disappointed us the most because of our heightened expectations for whatever reason. And To Your Eternity, of course, is going to be in that light because it's a season 2. So it's coming off a season 1, which we all enjoyed. Like, for example, Buddy Daddies isn't going to have the same expectations as To Your Eternity because it's an anime original and it was by PA Works, so we're kind of already looking at it carefully. Just want to clarify that. But yeah, To Your Eternity was disappointing. Just got to go back to the podcast. I don't really want to go through everything, but the new characters in that season I just didn't really care for, and I think it lost a lot of its novelty because one of the things that made To Your Eternity the first season great was the fact that when Fushi was getting stimulated, don't think in a sexual way, guys. No. But yeah, when he was, we got to see him slowly become a human and get a family and all these different things, and that's lost because he's a complete person by the time you hit season 2. So that was one of the things that was lost in this season, and like I said, the newer characters just didn't do it for me. Overall could have been a lot better, but I still think it's good. It's not very good.
Yeah, I agree. The characters were, I mean, come on, Sasuke. We had memorable characters like Chair and Caillou.
The church.
Fucking bro.
Freaking, yeah, they all just were not nearly as memorable as the first season. I definitely put it in high regards, and I really enjoyed it. And season 2, just
just take a pause for a second and just think about all the characters that you kind of remember from season 1. We had Hayase, Perona, March, Gugu, Rain. I even remember characters like Boozman, the
Dude,
old lady.
We even had Sean somewhere.
I hope there's somebody really named Sean in the show. I hope. For your sake. But yeah, I remember all those characters. In season 2, it's like Kahaku, Tasty Peach. That's about it. that's about it. That's all I really remember.
Well, there you have it. Most disappointing for winter 2023. To Your Eternity season 2. I think for us at the very least, you follow along this podcast, that one is the one that'll probably make the most sense. Speaking of things that make a lot of sense, let's talk about something that doesn't make a lot. Anyways, next award, of course, the one that got away, aka the show which we watched instead of, we'll say, Fire Hunter in this case.
sorry.
For me, I'm gonna sit out the next 2 awards because I don't have answers.
Okay.
So, yeah. Would you pick, Satsuki?
I want to what? Oh, I'll just call it the Magical Revolution. That's a shortened name of it, but it's the Yuri Isekai anime that came out for the winter season. Enjoyable show. I don't think it's one of the best things. I think overall it ended better than Buddy Daddies did. And it was better than Buddy Daddies, but yeah, it was one of those political conflicting shows. Basically what occurs in the story is the nobles are the ones that have magic and they have a stronghold on it, and they don't want the public access to magic, so like nobody else can do magic other than the nobles. But they're the main character, because she has like some memories of her life in the real world, quote unquote, because this is a fantasy world with dragons and monsters and all that type of stuff. With her knowledge of that, she's able to create like different tools that can replace magic in a sense. So yeah, it's a pretty cool story. They hate her for it, but she's cool. She can't use magic herself. And then she has a little Yuri lover. And she looks like Amelia too.
It's a Yuri.
Mm-hmm. It's actually it's not bait. It's actually a Yuri, which is a welcome change of pace.
Yeah, that's bait. Awesome.
They actually kiss. It's not fake.
Same.
And they hold hands.
Oh, they didn't do that yet.
Yeah, that's
chill out.
Chill out. First?
You can only find that on Pornhub, I think. So
yeah. Relax.
That's for the rule 34 artist.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you pick, EA?
I picked the Ice Guy and his cool female colleague. And if you know me, when it comes to animes that focus particularly around adults, I will always give it its praise, just because I feel like recently they're becoming more prevalent, which is great, but I just always felt like in the past they've kind of not really been around. But this one has a little bit of the fantasy element in it, because from the title I thought it was going to be about like this guy that's like maybe cold-hearted and whatever, but no, he's actually some kind of like ice dude. that when he has emotions, he like flurries, I guess, is a way to put it. And he has a female coworker, and it's just a cute little, you know, not really a rom-com because it's not really like a comedy thing. It's just very wholesome, and they kind of like they work together, but they also like talk regular like adult stuff together. And I guess because he's a nice guy, he's never been to the beach, and he's always wanted to go. And you know, his cool female colleague kind of like helps him kind of like get out of his shell because he's kind of like a shy person in a way. And then of course there's an awesome fox lady in it too who's just awesome. But yeah, I like that one.
So, who's taking it? I guess I'd be the tiebreaker, but I haven't watched
Yeah.
any of these shows.
You would have to choose which one sounds more interesting to you.
Right. The Yuri magic stuff or the ice lady cometh.
Honestly, I kind of like both of them.
We both win. Next question.
No.
I'll say because I love Yuri, like as a genre, as an idea, and I think it's underrated. I'll go with the Magical Revolution this time.
Okay.
Next award is a classic. Homage to Rika Takarada from SSSSSSS Gridman. The only reason people love that character is because she had thick thighs. And that's literally about it.
No.
The only reason people liked her. There was no other
No
reasons.
way.
None. Not zilch. Zero.
Oh.
I don't have, once again, this is another one I don't have a vote for, just because I feel like I didn't watch an overrated show this season, necessarily speaking. At least that I felt was personally overrated to some degree. So, Satsuki, what did you pick?
I picked Tomo-chan. Hear me out. So I always got to explain this. Overrated just means there's a discrepancy between how we feel about a show and how the public feels about the show. At least our perceived knowledge of how the public perceives the show. And even with me picking Tomo-chan, I still like the show. And I don't even think it's like overrated by a big margin or even a decent margin. It's just a little. Like I think it's rated like a 7.8 something on my anime list, or yeah, something like that. And I'll probably just rate it a flat 7. Because I am annoyed at some parts of it, but it's like typical me being jaded with high school romance because I'm just like, you guys like each other, just do it, go. What is holding you back?
Just dance.
So yeah,
Gonna be okay.
Yeah, Tomo-chan for me.
Well, EA, what's your answer to Satsuki's Tomo-chan?
I went with something I didn't watch, but I figured it would be just because my son watches it, so I'm assuming all Generation Z's watch this. So, Tokyo Revengers,
Very
the
popular
Christmas
with the
Showdown
ladies.
arc. I didn't like the first season. I don't know why there's a whole bunch of people that are so into this show. They don't even look like middle schoolers. They look like they're fucking college, maybe even older. Yeah. I don't know much about the show other than just what I remember from the first season. But I heard people didn't even really like this particular season, but for some reason it still gets rated high.
I've heard nothing about this series. Like when people, it was, I saw something like a tweet. Somebody posted a tweet in my Discord about Tokyo Revengers. I was like, it's airing this season? Like that's how much the talks about this show has like died, at least in my bubble on Twitter. I've seen nothing about it. I see no post. I haven't even seen Takamichi not one time this season. Like,
Yeah.
it's just been like the quietest season I've seen, considering like how propped up it was last year. Like, people really enjoyed the show, and I think it being lackluster, or maybe people waking up to it, what's indicative of that is the score dropping off from season 1 to season 2. Because usually when you go further in the season, the score should go up, because once you go to season 2, some of the casual people or like hate watchers are going to be gone, because like, how long can you really do that?
Right.
So usually you want to have like the pure fan base that just love the show for whatever reason. So the score usually gets better. It happens with Attack on Titan. It was happening with My Hero Academia, but it dipped one season. But yeah, this season is lower, is rated lower than the previous season.
Dang. Well, I guess it's just in my circle then. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about this other than yeah, people love their Tokyos.
I'll say it. I will not disrespect my homegirl, Tomo-chan. How dare you, Satsuki? You deserve nothing but hugs and cuddles of the worst kind.
Can I get like a Carol hug?
You will get no Carol hugs.
Huggy wuggy?
No huggy
Huggy
wuggies. I'm picking.
Okay.
I say Tokyo Revengers most overrated. And
And none of us watched it.
I saw an interview with Asmongold and Mighty Iron Mouse. Iron Mouse, there you go, Iron Mouse. And she said she liked it. She's really popular. Therefore, I condemn Satsuki even more for his crimes.
It's a crime? I'm sorry.
I guess so, damn. You've
Next
committed
award.
the worst crime, Satsuki, and that was liking a series. Or thinking a series is overrated, I should say.
Your crime was to exist.
Next award, we have not a negative award this time, but a positive one. Our favorite moment of the season. Satsuki, what'd you pick?
Easy. I don't have to elaborate on this. Any fans of Trigun, you know what's up. The last episode of Trigun, in which we found out Millie is coming. Stun Gun Millie season 2, baby. You heard it here first. You know, I love the potential that Millie is going to bring in season 2. She's going to bring back the comedy. I'm gonna get my joy back, and then we're going to have this senpai Koha relationship with the new revamped Meryl, and now Millie, who's going to be the rookie, and then she's going to be like the knucklehead that Meryl has to rein in. I love it. Yeah, that's my favorite moment.
I hope they find a voice actress that's just as good as the original.
Me as well.
And they may just bring her back for the dub. Who knows? Dub's pretty great for Stampede, by the way. Great dub. Fantastic. EA, what did you pick?
I picked Seeing the Rumbling in all its horrific glory. And there wasn't very many scenes that gave me goosebumps and sent shivers. But this particular scene, you know, just everything. You could say, like, what, the first 10-15 minutes was just incredible. You know, seeing Eren break down and crying, saying that he was sorry to the young boy, the crushing of the young boy, just the absolute devastation of all, you know, the cities, the towns, and there's nothing left but feet and footprints, and just the what
Sounds like
people will do.
A nice evening
just
for Satsuki. Nothing.
Damn you.
Continue on.
But just seeing what people would do just to get out of harm's way, and how they'll just commandeer a vehicle that's not even theirs, even if it means killing the person just to get on it, only to get killed. So it's basically futile anyway. And the music, just the way that everything looked, the colors, just the horrific everything. I just, you know, because of the colossal titans and how they have heat coming off them. It's like when it was nighttime and they were stomping through, it became day because of how bright they were. It's just, I don't know, stuff like that's just really cool and neat to me, even though it's absolutely horrific. But it was just something that I just kept replaying, and I couldn't even take my eyes off it. It was great.
Pretty good one. I pick the entire finale of Trigun Stampede. You can ask Carp. You can ask Adoraburb. I was in a Discord call when it happened. I started freaking out. I started going, holy shit, they're doing it. This finale, I cannot describe in words how it made me feel. It made me feel like the only woman in the world.
Wouldn't you
feel
like despair at that?
made me feel like a woman again. And I haven't felt like a woman in years. You know, Satsuki
I'll come back home earlier.
doesn't look me in the eyes when we make love.
Sorry.
Horrible.
Things have been hard.
I don't even remember Satsuki's voice, what it sounds like. I haven't talked to him in years.
I'm right here. See,
Where
see,
are you?
look at me. I'm here. I'm here.
Anyways,
Okay.
Yeah. Dragon St. Pete's just entire finale was amazing. Millie coming back, Meryl Strife with her Behringer. I mean, Eric's, just everything about the finale. The whole scene where you see knives disintegrate and fall away into outer space as Vash comes crashing down back onto the planet Alabama. So yeah, which one? I mean, I guess it's Stampede, right? One of them. But the rumbling's pretty great too. It's kind of been a moment in the making for 10 plus years now.
I want to vote to kill C's moment because it's not a moment.
What?
It's like the entire episode.
Yeah, it's a moment.
That's not a moment.
Moments that are forming one moment.
No, you gotta pick something specific in the episode, or no, because there's too many things that happen for me to go. That's cheating. That's cheating. You're cheating.
Fine.
You're a
Fine.
cheater.
So it's between Stun Gun Millie and the rumbling.
Honestly, I'm going with EA on this one. I kind of just didn't think about Attack on Titan because it wasn't like a full TV show, so I didn't think about it in this moment.
Favorite moment of the season, the rumbling. Now let's move on.
And it's coming.
Rumbling. Yeah, I did it right. See, I know stuff. I've seen the opening once.
Smack.
Let's now go back to the negative. Seedy underbelly. That is KOA. That didn't come out right. Worst moment is the next award. Satsuki, what did you think of the worst moment of the season was?
The worst moment came from what used to be my favorite anime at some point, Code Geass R1, and the moment I'm talking about is when Mao decides to come back because I don't know. The only thing he really did was reveal Suzaku killing his father, which that could have been done in a different and more tactful way. But so much bad happened in that episode. Jesus Christ! Like he somehow infiltrates the school despite being Chinese and them being kind of xenophobic. So he somehow infiltrates the school, which has nightmares guarding it. You know, the big Gundam machine things. He somehow kidnaps Nonali, who's wheelchair bound, without anybody knowing that he did
Same.
that. He goes underground with Nonali, rigs this like bomb thing above her head. I don't know how he did that. And then somehow he also had a gun on the ceiling. I don't know if the school had that. Even if it did, he would have had to control it some way, somehow. And what else did he do? Oh yeah, he survived getting shot like 50 times. That episode was terrible.
That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad.
What'd you pick, EA?
Mine was Mr. C Tactics using kissing tactics.
The worst moment? That's the most
That was
legit
the worst
moment.
moment of the season. Because literally, we would be talking about something and you go, you just go up to them and go, it'll be okay.
As Carp says in the chat, it was all according to Eisen's plan.
I don't think Eisen would have even stooped to those lows.
Right.
What do you mean
Eisen
those levels?
Yeah, Eisen wouldn't even go, Ichigo, ever since you were a kid, I walked up to you and I said, it's gonna be okay.
I was actually the first person to hold and kiss you.
Yeah, it wasn't Orihime or anything like that. It was me all along.
I meant as a baby.
Austin.
Oh,
Oh damn. Eisen getting in on that Ichigo action. Holy shit.
yeah,
What did he
Eisen
do?
got
Watch
busy.
out.
Wait. What?
New
Wait,
girl
no,
in
no,
town.
no. It's like before, like after Ichigo was delivered, he like went in there real quickly, held him for a second, or maybe like a millisecond, gave him back.
Listen, I'm just gonna say the real winner is my pick, which is Vladimir Putin shooting the MILF in episode 11 of Buddy Daddies. Did we not see it?
Devastating.
Dude
I've seen it. It
started
was-
a war in Ukraine and
It was
then
pretty awful.
decided to start a war in my heart.
Yeah, I was
Bullshit,
sad.
man.
It wasn't that sad, but
It was kind of disappointing.
yeah.
Maybe more of an annoyance.
Ryza said wasn't a rumble last season. It was, but the rumbling in this context is what we saw with Halil. Was that's his name?
Halil and Ramsey.
Yeah, that's what we're referring to. Out of context, KOA is best KOA. True. Kissing tactics. I'm scared. What is Buddy Daddy anyway? It's a story about two pair of buds being roommates and taking care of a kid, in which they kill her father and indirectly kill her mother.
Fun. Well, Vladimir
Great
Putin
stuff.
killed her mother.
Yeah, it's very wholesome. A bunch of killing of their biological family.
And he
Listen,
suffered no repercussions for this either.
listen.
Yeah.
We know, and we know mine won. Right? You two lose. All right? Okay? Especially you, EA. Over here, kissing tactics. Listen, those kissing
going with
tactics were
EA.
the what?
That was the worst thing. I wanted to take off my headphones when he did that.
I remember that one time you got so mad. You were like, get away from me.
Listen, that's bullshit, and both of you all know it.
Ryza
However-
votes for EA, what EA said too.
Woohoo! Thank
However-
you, Rising.
I'm gonna let it slide on the bigger man here. Speaking of bigger men, Satsuki, you worked all.
Yeah.
Introduce the next award because it's yours.
Oh, okay. So the next award is the Mirai Zura Award, which is what you look forward to the most next season. So in the spring season, what is the anime, not necessarily that you want to cover on the podcast, but what anime are you most excited to watch for whatever reason? So it could be anything. So I guess in this case, I will ask C.
I picked The Ancient Magus' Bride Season 2. I didn't think this would ever get a second season. I adore the first season. I've yet to watch the OVAs, but I'm going to very soon. I love Chisei. I love Bone Daddy. It's basically, if you don't know, The Ancient Magus' Bride is Harry Potter if it were a romance and if it were an anime. So it's pretty freaking good. It's got really great world building. Second part of the second season, or the first season rather, not as good as the first half. Those first 12 episodes, they hit. It's a great series, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Mine is one that maybe people have heard of. I don't know. I mean, it's the second season of Golf Girls.
Ugh.
No, wait. It says here Demon Slayer.
Doesn't say it. Shut up.
Did you even
I'm
finish
kidding.
the first season of Golf Girls?
I did. I suffered for all of you, remember?
You're going to
God.
suffer again?
Now I'm
thought you
suffering
were like-
for third season, second season.
I thought you were like skimming the episodes or something. You
I mean-
actually sat there and watched it?
I mean, okay. Yeah, I was skimming. I guess I technically wasn't watching it. You're right. And then I saw the girl with the tongue, and him and the guy got together.
The smartest guy in
no.
the room, by the way.
Exactly. But no, that's a joke, by the way. I may skim through it just to see what happens, just because I'm curious to see if they ever go back to the fact that there was like spy shit in the first season, but money says they won't. Anyway, Demon Slayer Swordsman's Village arc. I am so looking forward to that. I cannot wait when it comes out next season. I think it's this weekend when it comes out. And it's going to be super exciting. Just have a feeling it's going to be really good because the last season was incredible.
Go.
All right. As for me, the anime I'm choosing in this instance is the Cafe Terrace and its Goddess. I basically just I have somebody in my Discord. We just call this Akane Cafe Terrace because she's really the only character that truly matters. But it's basically QQ, quintessential quintuplets, but diet version, or
Damn.
like sugar-free version. The story is not as great as QQ. Same type of premise. It's a harem show, but I will say the MC is a much better MC for harems. So you're not going to get the Issei's of the world. He's one of those guys
true
that,
harem king,
yeah, boost.
and then get arrested
Boost.
for child pornography.
Oh god. But yeah, he's one of those guys to where like if he's not going to coddle the girls, he'll like tell them when where they're wrong, and he's not afraid to be confrontational. He's not a pushover. Pretty cool character, and they don't take it into the other direction to where he's just a complete asshole. Like he's not like that either. He's a pretty normal guy, so I think he works better for a harem MC because it makes his relationship with the other girls like more interesting, in my opinion. Because it is one of those shows to where I actually like a male character because it's usually always on the girls to carry the show. But yeah, then all the 5 girls got wacky different personalities, but they're basically QQ characters. When you boil it down, but it's fun. I don't know if it's going to be on a podcast, but it's a cool show, and I will be watching it.
Do you have a favorite? I mean, what did you say her name was?
Akane.
Akane. Is she like Nino?
If I could compare her to someone, she's like Ichika.
Oh.
She has short hair. She has like the older sister vibe going for her. She's like the more mature one out of all of them.
Dude, Ichika, I
Okay.
swear, the longer this series stays ended, the more people are starting to love Ichika. So,
Well, the issue is what she did specifically. If it wasn't for that one thing, I'm not saying she was going to be the most popular character. I think she would have been third and second at best, but it's that one thing that really put her in the dirt and made people not like her. If it wasn't for that one thing, she would have. A lot of people would have loved Ichika.
well,
So
Satsuki,
yes, yeah.
this is your
Wait.
award. Who wins?
Who wins? I'm interested in the ancient Magus Bride. I think I've just seen I've seen not clips of it, but I've seen like the wallpaper on my anime list. It just looks like an interesting show. Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer, I can't say anything about really. Not yet until I do my thing reading it. I can't in good faith pick Demon Slayer. I'll tell you that much. I don't know, so it's up to you, EA.
Yourself, aren't you?
It's up to you, EA.
Oh, let's go for QQ Light.
Q Light, all right.
All right. QQ Light.
Cafe Terrence and his goddess.
All right. Our next award, we're getting near the end here. We only got 2 awards left after this. Is, of course, Dedicated.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wording. I apologize.
No. This award, of course, is dedicated to... What?
Ignore him.
No. This next award is dedicated to the beauty of our hometown, our Nezuko. Of course, that one time she blessed us with her words that were so profound. To this day, nobody knows exactly what they mean, what she meant, rather. However, they were so profound that it moved people. It moved people to protest the atrocities in the street, to end world hunger, to find clean sources of energy. She ended World War II and World War IV, because they skipped and went to 4. They didn't even do 3. She said no.
Like Vegeta?
Listen, Nezuko is great, all right? And you know what the words she said that day, which changed the world forever?
Ooh. Goosebumps.
And that's just me imitating. I don't even know how to do it. That's just a scientific guess of what she said that day. So Satsuki,
Pimples.
in the spirit of Nezuko, what did you vote for this award? Because as we know, it did mean we don't know what means, but it is us. It is up to us to figure that out. So the award can be to anything. It's up to interpretation.
Okay. So I'll just say for me, I picked bro. That's all that needs to be said.
Awful character.
That one quote annoyed EA and C for the majority of 2 Year Eternity.
I don't even remember it. And I don't want to remember it. So there you go. EA, what did you pick?
You can't prove anything.
Wait.
I don't think we're accusing you of anything.
Oh, right. I'm sorry, my award. Did you know Sasuke the Savage had an anime this season that no one talked about?
Wait, what? Did?
Yeah. Yeah, he was the MC of this show, and the show was called I'll do the English translation. Adventurers who don't believe in humanity will save the world. And when I was told who the main character was, I saw the main character, I went,
Igor Nicholas.
it's Mr. Sasuke the Savage.
Isn't that crazy?
Holy shit.
Why didn't you tell us you're into anime?
See, in actuality, I was in Trigon because
Oh yeah, you were
Yeah.
two shows once at
Yeah.
the same time.
they double booked me. I didn't really like it being in the same season, but you know, a man got to make his bread. So
Yeah.
but that wasn't really. This wasn't me. It was.
It was you.
Don't tell him I got the paycheck now. There's a body double. Yeah, we arranged some things. I was there for a couple of things, really to write my name on stuff and then pick up the check, but that wasn't me.
Oh. I guess that would explain why the nude scene didn't go the way that it did.
They did that?
I guess so.
To be
I guess
fair,
they had to have an ass double.
to be fair, the reason Tatsuki is so popular is because of his sex scenes.
Well, go ahead and keep sexualizing me, why don't you?
Is that a threat?
Wait,
So
what
for-
even is this show?
So it looks like
You,
an Isekai.
you got paid for it. You ought to know.
That's a good point.
Not really. I mean, sometimes a lot of these voice actors don't even really know about the show.
Well,
I've
for
just worked there.
my award, I pick Annie's big nose. 'Cause Annie's got a big nose, and I think we need to understand that nose is not shrinking. It's not getting any smaller, and we have to
Oh
come
my
to
God.
terms with that and realize that yes, indeed, her nose is big, and we have to accept it. We have to move on from this. All right,
Damn.
it's
Well,
over. It's over.
I'll go with C on this one.
Yeah.
Does
I
in
don't
fact
know.
have a big nose.
I don't know how they make out, but you know for sure that nose would get.
I heard from rumors that when Annie was trapped in her crystal, everything but her nose was in the crystal. Because the rumors are is the nose did not allow it. The nose did not want to be inside the crystal.
The nose knows.
The nose knows. Right. Annie's big nose has won. Our penultimate award of the evening is none other than an award dedicated to probably the worst anime I've seen in my entire life. Let's be real. X-Arm,
Hey.
of course, the X-Arm Award of Excellence. King Nothing Award. This goes to literally the worst anime of the season. I'm just gonna get mine out of the way because I didn't exactly have an anime, but I had an entity that I think deserves this award. That is, of course, Aniplex's management. Boy, did they fuck up 86 that one year. Remember with 86? They split it into two parts, and then they basically did the AOT thing, actually. I remember. They did what they're doing with AOT now for 86. And it was just a 24-episode anime. And this is not because A1 fucked up with 86. No. This is because Aniplex is a shit company. Not only do they charge their customers $120 for a 12-episode anime without dubs or any special features, they also manage their studios into the ground, as evident with A1 once again this season with Nier Automata having a pretty good showing, but has gone on, I think, so far this season, an indefinite hiatus twice. As in, they've went on hiatus twice, not knowing when the show was going to come back. And it's because of Aniplex. They rushed it out the door. This anime clearly needed another probably year or 6 months to develop, and they rushed it out. And now the anime is constantly being delayed. It's having production issues, and that's all Aniplex's fault. Another thing I said at the top of the show, they fucked up Fate. They fucked it up. How do you fuck that up? I don't know, but they fucked it up. They fucked it up pretty good. So Aniplex, fuck you. How about that? We're coming for you, Aniplex. We're gonna be inside of you.
Oh,
I don't know about that.
That's right. That's right. We are going to show up and we are going to penetrate your walls.
The sugar wall.
We're going to penetrate your walls of awful management, and we're going to be inside of you.
I think I'll be sick that day.
I'm gonna take a personal day.
Whatever day you do that, yeah, I think I'm coming down with the cold.
Well, Satsuki, what did you pick for King Nothing?
Yeah, King of Nothing. This goes to Fire Hunter. It's the only show
Sorry,
I didn't
man.
enjoy. It's alright. It's the only show I didn't enjoy this season, I think. Yeah, for the most part, I enjoyed everything I watched this season. Either I thought it was decent, good, very good, or great. Fire Hunter was the only one I dropped too. So it just we know we had that talks already with the animation and the lack thereof, like just the still frame thing that they would do. It just didn't look good. The story was confusing, and it didn't really do enough to make you want to keep going with it. So yeah, that is what I choose for King Nothing.
EA.
I have to listen to these wily allegations.
Allegations? What?
Yes. So now I'm going to tell you my King Nothing award, so I won't be accused. It's Onami, I'm Now Your Sister. I watched one episode of this and punched the wall.
You legit punched your wall?
Yeah.
Were you
it's not a
inside
good
of your wall?
idea. You could say I was inside of it, sure. But anyway, it's a goddamn show about a sister turning her brother into a sister so that she could run experiments on her.
Sounds like a hentai plot.
It's dumb. Like, he's the typical, like, stays at home, plays video games, dirty room chips, blah, you name it. Just the loser type. And he's just like, I got boobs. I got to know pee-pee now, and look at me as I'm crazy. And the crazy thing about it is, it's animated actually pretty decently well. And the artistic choice is nice. But it's like, I guess the reason why I kind of picked this one and kind of had issue with it is because it's like, tired of these animes that are like this. They're so well animated, but the stories are so ass. And I understand it's for the comedy and it's for the laughs and whatever, but I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting watching it. But
Incest is not Wincest. EA
No.
2023.
no, especially when your brother is now your sister. I mean, they didn't do anything sexual. Like I said, I only watched the first episode. Who knows? Maybe by episode 8 they held hands or something. But
Wait. Okay, so from what I'm understanding, like the whole allure of the show is degenerate dude turns into cute girl.
yeah,
And it's like, oh, it's a cute girl doing this degenerate stuff. Like, because I'm assuming the personality is still intact.
yeah, the personality's still intact, but like the sister essentially is like forcing him to like wear things and do things because he's a girl, because if the brother doesn't agree to this, she says that she won't change her back. So almost in a way it's kind of like a slave type thing where it's like, you do what I say or else I won't change your back. I'm like, that's kind of mean. And this was against his will, by the way. He just woke up and became a sister. He's like, why am I like this? And she's like, oh, well, just because I wanted to run experiments on you.
See, from how you explain it, it feels like a bootleg Watamote, like just with the main character and how they would be in this case.
Yeah,
But just
except-
with the extreme
Yeah.
plot to get there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Kureno, Kuroki. She's a much better character, and yeah, I thought the same thing, and maybe that's why I watched it originally, because I was thinking maybe we'd get those type of vibes, but it just never turned out to be that way. It was more like, let me dress you up. Oh, my older brother is so cute now. Yeah, I didn't care for it.
Well, who's winning?
I think EA wins this. That show sounds terrible.
All right. Onimai, I'm now your sister. Has won. And now, speaking of winning, this is for our final award of the evening. This is the most important one. King of Anime, what the show is named after. The King of Anime. Summer. Or winter 2023. It still says summer 2022 in the list. So I got confused. Satsuki,
You fucked up.
which anime was your King of Anime for this season?
So first, I want to say the reason I picked what I picked is because I knew you guys would pick Trigun. Mind you, I didn't even look at you guys' choices before I made mine. But I picked Bungo Stray Dogs season 4. I picked it, like I said, because I'm with these guys with their pick when they reveal it. But I wanted to talk about this because I wanted to highlight how great this season was. Bungo Stray Dogs gets better every season. And when I say gets better, it's probably like it goes up like a whole score. Like season 1 is probably like a 6 for me. Then season 2 is like a 7 for me. And then season 3 is like an 8 for me. And then this 4th season is probably like a 9 for me. It was a great season. I think they up the antagonist this time around. They gave you a really great sense of tension, which is something that you need in these combat oriented shows. And Bungo Stray Dogs in general just has like some of the coolest powers you'll see in anime. Not really unique, but how they use their powers is just it just looks cool. And you got more of that with this season with some of the powers that you got. In general, things just fell together pretty good. We got the Rampo backstory. We got the hunting dolls, which were crazy overpowered antagonists this time going around. Brought back some people, and yeah, it was a great season.
There you go. EA, what did you pick?
Yes. Oh, I picked Trigun Stampede. Just because Vinland Saga's not technically over yet. Because I would have picked it just because Vinland's been really good. But I picked Trigun simply because it was one of those where I didn't think it was going to be as good as it turned out to be, and it way exceeded my expectations. It was just everything I could have asked for this reboot / prequel / retelling. And yeah, I know it's, we have a season 2 coming, so it's not technically over, but as this season as a whole, I just thought it was very well done. It had a really good ending, and actually had me wanting to see more from a series that I didn't expect was going to do anything. So for that alone, it definitely gets my King of Anime Winter 2023.
I as well picked Trigun Stampede. It is just a marketed improvement nearly 100% through. And with season 2 coming, telling you all, I said it when we were discussing locking in this show. Studio Orange does not disappoint. They are a special studio. They do not half-ass anything. If Studio Orange is behind something, honestly, a good comparison would be KyoAni. They are some of the most delicate and thorough people you will ever see in the animation industry. And in my opinion, they're a studio that their legacy has only just begun. And I can't wait to see what they do with season 2. And they made me feel like I was a kid again watching Trigun Stampede. Not all the time, but where it mattered. And they went in and they improved everything, bit by bit. Do I still hold a lot of feelings for the original? Yeah, of course. But I think, and I think especially after season 2, and I'm betting money on this, good money, whatever the hell that means. I think when all is said and done, we're gonna look at Trigun Stampede and we're gonna go, it's better than the original. And
it's hard to do too.
It's difficult. That it's rare, and that's another thing. We kind of have to commend it because they took an established property, a beloved property, and basically went, yeah, well, let's just do our own thing. Let's do our own interpretation of it. Yeah. And it turns out their own interpretation is better in every way. It's that never happens. Rarely. It happens like every now and again. But, you know, like for example, recently they announced that they're going to do the last Ronin Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. That's an example where kind of like this.
Hell yeah.
Where they took TMNT and they said we're going to make a gritty, dark TMNT game where all of but one, like, where it's a revenge story where one of the surviving turtles wants revenge for someone killing all of the turtles. So it's just one of those situations. It's going to
be God of War-esque.
It's going to be God of War-esque. Can't wait. And that's the thing. It's Trigun Stampede has all of that energy, and I just think it's a series that's highly underrated already. Anything Orange does is really underrated because there's gatekeepers out there that think, oh, just because it's CGI. But to me, I liken this as well to all the dorks that said Attack on Titan Final Season Part 1 was bad because Gabby, because this, because that, because whatever. And that, you know, Mappa was fucking up. It's the same situation and repeating again. If you hate something just because it has something like CGI in it, you're dumb. You're just and there's no reason to value your opinion if you hate it just because it is CGI. Obviously me and EA kind of got it on lockdown here. But
that's fine.
What do you think, Satsuki?
Well, like I said, I kind of just wanted to pick Bungo Stray Dogs because I thought you guys would pick Trigun Stampede. I would rate them the same, but if you're going to ask me which one, I don't know. I enjoyed them both a fair amount. But I mean, you guys already picked Trigun Stampede, so I think it's easy to fall in line with that. I'm not mad.
Yoki. Well, that is the end of our awards show for winter 2023. Next week, we're going to be talking about, at the very least, you're going to know we're going to be talking about Vinland Saga. Once again, we're going to be talking about Fate Zero, episode 1. I will post on the community tab for this channel all the shows we'll be covering, and as well the watch order for things like Fate Zero. And as well, we'll be talking about Demon Slayer Season 3, Swordsmith Village Naked Lady. Gonna be fun. So EA, speaking of fun, where can they find you?
I'm fun, you know it. Hello everybody, it's your old pal Everything Animated, and I'm here to tell you Have you
Oh,
found
Reagan.
Jesus?
Yeah.
Yeah, he sold me
Good.
weed.
Good. 'Cause I'm tired of finding him. Keeps getting away from me.
Playing hide and go seek or something?
Yeah, well, no. It's more of I'm trying to serve him legal papers and he keeps dodging me.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. He owes me money. Anyway, you can find me over at Everything Animated. I'm still on hiatus until the summer. The summer is when
Shall be
you will
freed.
see the EA Comeback Tour, also known as the
You're gonna
Everything
be,
Animated
You're gonna be inside
Comeback
everyone.
Tour. Wait, what?
You're gonna be inside everyone.
Yes, I'm gonna be inside of the tour, but yeah, you'll see me there. So subscribe. You'll enjoy all the content coming whenever I'm able to do so, and as well, it's getting closer to that summertime. I know we're talking about spring, but summertime comes. Sea Tactics. Will you be my co-host again for a certain show?
We shall see.
I know Rising said he would, but for Sea Tactics, he has to take certain pills, suppositories, if you will, and it helps him cope.
It does.
So, yeah, that's where you can find me. Like, share, subscribe, comment, favorite, like, downvote, kiss.
Bosky, where can they find you?
You can find me on my main channel, Satsuki the Savage, as well as my Twitch, Satsuki Does Savage, with a DA in between the Satsuki and the Savage, where I play Persona 5, Ace Attorney. I don't know which is the second Ace Attorney I'm gonna play, but I'm playing the trilogy. I'm thinking of I'm playing Pokemon Violet, and I'm thinking about the fourth game to play. I kind of narrowed it down to Nier, or I kind of want to play LA Noir. I want to play that. I haven't played it, but I know about it.
Nice.
But yeah, that's the Twitch. I just want to give you guys an update on the Girls Love series thing that I'm doing, where I said I was going to read 100 years series. Right now, I am at I've read / watched 78 series. So we have 22 left to go.
Damn.
Yep.
You are
The one I
expert.
finished recently was, oh my god. Dubious is the word to describe it. That's all I'll really elaborate on.
All right then.
Yeah.
As for me, you can find me on the Sea Tactics. I have a video coming out maybe this week, actually. Yeah, probably this week. All said and done. Sponsored by Tokyo Treat, a snack box subscription. So definitely check that out. It's going to be on AOT of asking the question, analyzing, really, honestly. Is Eren Yeager truly free as he states? Or is the story more, you get the point. We're asking questions.
He did the voice, so you understand.
Yeah, you get it. And as well, doing the bento stuff again. Like I said, Chainsaw Man video about chapter 124 came out. I did a video on that. It's great. I did a video on Jigoku Raku, which is a potential candidate probably for KOA. Yeah, and just honestly, really excited to get Bento back into good shape again. If you haven't already, go subscribe to that channel, youtube.com/BentoYT, BentoYT. Great channel in my opinion. We're gonna have much more content. With that out of the way, though, thanks everybody for tuning in this week and watching this seasonal podcast thing with us. Much appreciated, and we'll see you next week with a brand new season for spring 2023. Thanks for coming, everybody. See y'all later. Bye-bye.
Johnny.
Later.